button. By the way, you of course by hanging out here consent to having your likeness used in amazingness.
It's a new. The pop-up giving consent is new.
I know. I actually put that
5.0.
wording in. This is part of a new setup, Zoe. This is definitely going to be a virtual team building standard. So I looked up the correct phrasing for that, and so your ability to click OK past that says it's a good thing. And everybody who comes into the meeting knows that we're being recorded. So, and look at, because Julie is a 100% camera ready.
I can't see. So if you can see me, fabulous. But can you tell me how? Right. And how do I why are you just a little pop-up in the corner and I can't see the whole screen?
Okay. Go to that pop-up. And then there's a little arrow on the bottom right that's kind of like an out arrow, and it'll explode.
Now I'm totally with you. Thank you.
And Ricardo, hello.
Yeah.
Ricardo.
Thanks, John.
Ricardo, we're blowing minds here. You don't even know it. You're not even connected to audio.
Leaving.
He has no idea. Yeah, and I'm leaving. Oh yeah, mind blown. A bitmoji.
Okay.
You better watch out, Devian. Julie's a facilitator too. She's one of the top geoteaming facilitators. You better watch out.
Nice.
You better not cry. I'm telling you why. Devian Schneider, though, you know, when I went to San Diego last year, Devian is one of the trainers. She's one of the selected, 12, 18? I think it's like 18. She in
15.
charge.
Yeah. Hi, Debbie. Nice to see you. I think we saw each other on a happy hour, no?
Yeah. And John actually was assigned to me last year, and it was I was so blessed to have him as the person that was helping my young people.
Yeah, great.
And he thought I facilitated that. I was like, I thought you facilitated that. Like, how did that happen? We got so lucky.
All right. Are you from Queens or living there? Because I thought I heard Boston at first.
No.
Coffee.
I'm totally from Queens.
Totally Queens. Okay.
She's
Totally
a Queen homegirl.
God love Queens.
Queens, New York.
I have to say, New Jersey is my favorite place to present, and I have to tell you why. Do you want to know why?
I did.
Go.
Okay, because we're all adults in the room, and I can say what I want to say without having to sugarcoat every damn thing. That's Jersey.
Oh, you can tell it like it is in Jersey, right? They can take it, huh?
Where is Mr. Ricardo from?
Mr. Ricardo is from Hotmail land. I don't
Awesome.
know. But I like that he's thinking about his setup, right? Look, he's moved. I don't know, his lighting is at least okay. At least his shutters are closed. He's not going to be Ricardo the silhouette. So Julie, have you met Zoe?
No, hi Zoe, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm fabulous. So you're in Washington, yes?
Yes.
Okay, and what are you doing to stay busy during the quarantine?
I'm taking a ton of classes, just soaking up as much marketing information as I can, doing a lot of networking meetings, stuff like this, just trying to build my skill set.
Awesome. So are you in a phase of reinvention, or are you just building on skills ready to hit the ground running?
I'm building skills to try to give a career change in a few months.
Okay.
So Zoe, do you want to be a marketer today, or are you an organizer, or are you an operations person today?
Remember, I'm participating because I've never taken this class.
I know, no, but you're supposed to put your occupation or your company name here after your name.
I am.
Right, yeah. So Julie, why don't you teach Ricardo how to change his name?
Hi, Ricardo. How do we change your name? So I'm just gonna guess here. I'm gonna try and find my settings. You just put me on the spot. Ooh, now can I right click? Is it gonna act like a Mac? No.
No,
So
you don't have. I have to make you co-host, Julie. You have to tell him how to do it himself. This is a training exercise.
Okay, here it is. I know how. See, you just go down to the bottom where it says participants. Do you see it in the bottom of your screen? It says 6 participants.
Yeah.
Click on that. Tell me when you're there.
Okay.
Okay. Now find your name. Do you see where your name is?
Yeah.
All right. Now hover over your name, and there's a little blue button that says more.
Yes.
Click on the little blue button, and then
He's already changed his name.
yourself with the last name Rocks.
Okay. Rocks.
All right, and then I'm gonna be from Hawaii today, and I'm just gonna put coach in here.
No, but yes,
Okay.
perfect. So add the one last thing to Ricardo's name. We need one more thing.
Okay, what do we need from Ricardo? Ricardo, who are you gonna be today? What superhero are you playing?
No, not what superhero. It's what company you're from.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look at mine. Look at Debbie's. Zoe, I'm waiting for Zoe to add back to hers.
Yeah, I need to look at yours.
Look
I
at mine.
can't see the whole thing.
Yeah,
It says
if you make the window
geoteaming.
bigger, can you see the whole thing? Are we allowed to make this window bigger? Yes. Make the window way wider so we can see everything.
You can go full screen if you need to. Previs. Oh, Previs. Fantastic. I know you've been here before. Previs. This is Previs.com. This is kind of like what Google, no, Previs, oh, Previs, oh, geez, he typoed. That's not fair. Previsora.
Yeah, it's in Spanish.
Is it an actual website or is it something else?
It's a commercial bank in Latin America.
Hmm.
Well, a financial institution.
Previsora Seguros. Oh, it's for the government. Wow.
Yeah, it's a mix of that, like 50-50.
So why be in Washington, D.C.? Why aren't you there?
Well, because for the last 7-8 years, I've been living here in Washington. So for the last 2, I've been working for this organization, and it's basically spending 2 weeks in Colombia, 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there, 2 weeks here. It worked out. I have my parents are there. They depend on me, so it's like my kids, and I have my house and stuff there. But it worked out, because when you're a green card holder, you cannot be out of the United States more than 181 days a year, right? So it worked very, very well for, I guess, a couple of years, and I just recently got my citizenship, so it changed a little bit the situation. So now I'm most likely the next step is making the United States my career home, but for now I'm still with them, so it's working out.
So what's happening? Something in your world in Washington D.C. that we wouldn't know about?
Well, 95% of the news that you see are coming from here, which is like, I don't know, it's embarrassing sometimes.
True. True.
But you know, Washington is a very small city. Not many people live there, so most of us are in the suburbs, and you don't really feel it that way. Of course, I'm not going out and stuff like that, but the suburban life is a little bit more easier in these circumstances. So you have a garden around your house, and people, it's very easy to walk your pet or just go for a walk or stuff like that. So we haven't felt it that much. Unfortunately, the situation is not that bad here, like in other areas. It's just the work dynamic completely changed. But besides that, we are fine. I guess we are fine. I don't know many people who have got sick or stuff like that. So it's easier to be careful.
You're an agile coach?
That's what people say.
Is it true or is it a lie?
No, it is. It is. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing for the last probably 4 years in the agile space, the last 6 or 7 years. Before that, project and program management. Probably mostly traditional methodologies, but putting little pieces of agile stuff around.
Didn't you love Ricardo's modesty? That's what people say.
Yeah.
That was slick, man. That's some slick stuff.
I'm not familiar with that term. Is it?
What does modesty mean? What's humble? I don't understand.
No. Oh no, I meant the kind of coach he said he was.
Agile coach. So Ricardo, can you explain to Debbie Ann? She is a coach too, by the way, but she's been coaching some kids and coaching some dancers.
Okay.
So Agile is different.
Yeah, a little bit. It's I actually don't really like that title, agile coach, but in our space, that's the way we understand each other. But it's basically going to an organization, trying to figure out what is going on in terms of the team dynamics and the way teams interact with each other, and setting initiatives to just foster continuous improvement, delivering value, and putting more products like faster and cheaper in the market. So it's basically, I don't want to say going faster in terms of velocity, but in terms of interactions, and it's just continuous improvement, how to be better as an organization, as a team, and sometimes as individuals. So, so there are a lot of frameworks. Well, not a lot. There are some frameworks and methodologies that we use, like Scrum and design thinking, Kanban. So most of the people, when they hear the word agile, they think about, oh, you are working in sprints, so 2-week sprints, and daily stand-ups, which is as, meeting, a 5-minute meeting every day, and stuff like that, and post-its everywhere on the walls and the windows. But that is just a portion. I'd say like 5-10% of what agile really is.
Ricardo is such an underachiever, right? He's got third place in the Latin American Financial Innovations Awards. And on top of that, he's also a KW real estate guy. I mean, come on. Wow. So let me just help you, Ricardo. Hey, Ricardo, do you want the bonus piece of the information?
Okay.
Okay. So Debbie Ann and I created a new slide. So check this out. Okay. In my window, look at my window and notice at least one thing, right? What do you notice inside my window?
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
To make it bigger.
Yeah, I was working on that. What I noticed in terms of what, because there are different things. There are some trophies there.
Okay, good. That's one.
Your book, of course.
2.
And there is a picture that I don't really see what is there.
Just tell me where to point. Tell me where to point. Is it here? Here?
Your left.
This side?
That picture.
Yeah.
That might be important. I don't know. It is blue, so I like it. It might be like the blue angels, like planes. Oh, I like it now. Very cool.
I like this guy.
You need an 8x10 maybe.
So you want to add on? What have you seen that Ricardo hasn't seen yet?
Is that a necklace around the trophy?
Even better. This is Asian Entrepreneur of the Year, and this is like a kukui nut necklace that was given to me as a gift during this award ceremony. Remember when we could get together and we had awards?
Yeah, remember that.
Okay, what else? What else, Zoe? That's a good. That's a very. The fact that you noticed the necklace. Most people only notice the trophy. Julia, want to join in?
I don't know what's been said. So the 3 globes above your head to your right.
Yeah, these.
So those are more awards.
Yep, they're from our chapter award for Meetings Professional International, including an award called Corbin Ball for a meeting technology.
And to your left, the 25 something award.
25 fastest growing minority owned businesses in the Puget Sound. So here, now watch. Now I'm going to decode the rest of this for you. Very good, by the way, good observation, right? Your virtual presence, right, is now all you have. And so you should look at how can you improve your virtual presence, right? As you can tell, even some great stars just are zooming from their kitchens. And so it hurts their brand actually when they do that. And if you're going to be online all the time, your virtual presence can actually say a lot to people without you saying a word. So you have identified quite a few of these. Here's the rest of them. My head is framed, right? Inside here. If you watch me move my head, there's nothing behind my head. So nothing is cutting off my head. In fact, I'd rather not have these shelves, but this is the only place this cabinet goes. So I used it to frame a bunch of stuff. My head is framed in here. There are awards that says I'm pretty good at what I do. There's something personal. This is a photo of me on top of Half Dome when I was about 12 years old. Mountains mean a lot to me, Ricardo. He correctly picked out this, saying I couldn't see it, but as soon as I saw it, not only he knows that him and I have the same values of adventure, right? We're calculated risk takers. So there's my book. So Zoe picked up my book, and it says I am validated not only by internal people but external people, and I have an author does say something about people. I have a professional mic, which I can now keep out of the way, right? So, but the voice quality you can tell from me might sound different than the others. And I care a lot about that. Your voice is actually something very important here online in your presence. And if it sounds tinny or is garbled or is not loud or is not clear, you are not having the impact on people the way you want to. The last thing that what you can't see is this. If you watch my hands, I have lights. I have 2 LED panels that come in the top right and left of my office. So I'm evenly lit, right? So now as I come back, you can see that, oh my gosh, he looks kind of bright. And I actually have a 99-cent web app that one of my people gave me. Here, I actually can show you the app. So let's see if I can show this. This is actually a really cool PC secret. There we go. So this is a web app here. So I can actually change this web app. I can change the white balance or the exposure. So watch it, as you can see, I can change this. And what's important about changing this is that now it doesn't do those weird things like autofocus. Like, have you ever seen somebody go out of focus and in focus during a meeting? It's very distracting. It's part of the pieces that we're doing research on why people have Zoom burnout, is because things are not happening like the way you're used to in the face-to-face world. And so the more of those things that you can remove are really key. Like my face actually used to show up really red because I have brown inside of here, and the auto exposure of my camera doesn't know what to do. So I manually set my camera, and now I know that it always works when I have this amount of lighting, that I look great, Ricardo. I look fabulous. Julie.
Did you say the name of that app? All I heard was web app.
Webcam system settings tool.
Okay.
Debbie Ann, you can put that and then put that in the document in the chat, and we can do something with that. Thank you. And yeah, so that's a little bonus material for showing up early here.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Can I ask one more?
Yeah, go.
Since I know green screen is an option, then it also must also be an option that no matter where I am, I could actually create a faux background just like yours, where I can put the things I want around me, even though I'm not, you know, at one place all the time.
In fact, oops, sorry.
I'd rather do that.
In fact, with a presenter I'm going to observe on Friday, who I coached, we talked about, I mean, I can do things like this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now I could do branding if I wanted to. I don't like doing this sometimes, because sometimes if I'm going to show things, right? Like,
I was hoping it wasn't a green screen. I was hoping it would hold your face still, just like you were showing us the square around you. Yes. And then I can fill around like a frame.
See, also the other problem that while this technology is really cool, look what it does to my head as I go through some different parts, right? My hair disappears, like I glitch. And what happens is that it tricks the brain to go like, oh, I have a crappy connection, right? And I don't want anyone to ever think I have a crappy connection about me. They can think that about other people, but not me, right? So I spend most of my time not in virtual background. I've seen some of the green screens. If you do have a professional green screen, that it can remove that. And I have a presenter. So I was going to go back. I have a presenter, and she's not going to use a slide deck. She's going to have 5 virtual backgrounds with her content, so she can put it up, right? She's going to change it and talk the whole time with this over here, knowing that her key point is here. And I think that's better than sharing your screen, right? Look what happens when I share screen. When I share screen, one, it's kind of jarring. You're like, what just happened, right? And now I'm looking at this big screen, and I have to look somewhere else, like, where did everybody go? Where's all the people, right? And so she only has 60 minutes, and she doesn't know these people. And so, you know, I said, why don't you just, you know, find a way to do a virtual background? The less switching you do, the better I believe it is for your participants. And so I may have to think about that too for this presentation, because you can see there's some tricky PowerPoint things that I'm doing. But in the end, I try and spend as much of time as possible, especially in a seminar like this, right here, right now. So. And now we'll go back to Agile Coaching featuring Ricardo Abella.
Okay, so let me fix the background. So maybe something like this in the background.
You got my book,
Ricardo. Good, right?
Oh my God, you're making me happy. I'm like having a conniption over here.
That was a brown nosing experience right there. Like, let me not grab anything else but something about John.
I'm shallow. Look, I'm just gonna
That's
admit, I'm
awesome.
shallow. I'm shallow. I only get like $2 from the book, so it's not about the money, Ricardo.
That's
Just
awesome.
about I'm about helping people. No, so Ricardo, yeah, you know what's great is okay. You want to see the best backdrop of the day, best backdrop of the month. Okay,
Okay.
check this out. Hold on, I got to get to it. I can do it. I can do this. Look how crazy this is. 2, 3, 2, 1. Action. What do you see in this backdrop?
Do one thing every day that scares you.
Good. What else do you see in this backdrop?
Scaling up.
Chess
Sorry?
set.
I'm sorry?
Chess
Oh,
set.
chess set. So let's go back to those things too. What do each of those items tell you? Like how are you interpreting these items? Does that make sense?
He's strategic.
Listen to that. What else?
Professional.
Professional. You totally. What else? Come on, Ricardo. You can pull one of these out. I know you can.
And if you ask me about each element, I can tell you a story about each element.
See? So pretend. Tell me a story.
Well, the chess is certainly the first one. The fact that there are some books, and actually that cover is over there, it just obviously make you read that, and immediately you connect that message with the person that is in front of you, even if you know him.
He's a risk taker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like us. We already said we value adventure. He's like, do one thing every day that scares you. Like, I have something to talk to him about. Especially if I don't know him. So here's the key pieces of the setup here too. So just so here's what I'm getting out of it. He's got a notebook. He's showing analog in a digital world, right? He's got a notepad. The only computer he has here is his phone. He's also got his Rolex and his ring. By the way, this guy is a chief revenue officer. Chief revenue. His whole job is sales. So he's found a way to look like, right? His inspiration was me. He said, oh God, I heard that from you, John. And I'm like, I got to change my setup. But his other inspiration was a newsroom. He goes, I want people to feel like when they Zoom with me that they're in a newsroom. So that's why he put this TV and C-SPAN on it. So the illusion is great because he has a second table between his desk and the other desk. And so he set this all up. He can't reach his keyboard, right? He can't reach his keyboard from here, but he can host a whole meeting and have it feel very authentically like you are hanging out on the other side of his desk. And that fires off all these anchors and triggers that says, oh my gosh, he's in charge, right? And things he says might be more validated, and that and you're more likely to buy and trust him. These are all the things he's trying to say. These are all the things he was saying in the regular world, right? But now he's trying to say them here. Isn't that amazing?
Very cool.
This is what's great about what I call Corona Land is nobody knows how it works. So fail faster, right? If you get an idea, try it. Why not? Right? If you're one of the best examples, then people are going to start. They'll start copying you. I actually have another set where I'm going to have a full-size television too. So when I meet, for instance, with Debbie Ann, she's not even on the screen. She's going to be a full-size person. I'm going to feel like I'm having a real meeting with her, and she's going to feel like that with me. Like I'm going to try this thing where I'm going to push the computer out of the way, and it won't look like this, right? It's going to look like something else, and it's going to be really cool. So
John, I had a meeting, Zoom,
Yeah.
with one of the professional dancers from Zumba yesterday.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting how he utilized his set to make you feel like, you were dancing with him. And he didn't do like a stage, kind of did it like he was in, you were dancing face to face with him. It was very interesting. But he set it up.
How did he do that? Well, I'm not sure I can see that. How did he create that illusion?
So he put like his music like over to the side, like where you would have it, like if you were in real life. And
Okay.
he's like, oh, let me just go do my music. And he's like, do you feel like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know those dance studio things that you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then he walked up to the screen and like, did the high five.
Oh, So
Yeah.
So he has so I actually have a second camera. I don't have it turned on, but you can do things like stand up and actually be able to present. But he's like, I have a second camera angle, Ricardo.
Right.
So I'm not going to plug it in because I know if I plug it in, it might break. I don't want to do that. But it does mean, because I do deliver certain programs standing up specifically. So we're 4 minutes to go. So I'm glad that you guys are here for the bonus material, and I bet people are going to start streaming. I'm going to start the stream here in 1 more minute. So any other questions, bonus questions, anything that you guys are struggling with, anything that was awesome in your life? What do you want to share?
Bonus questions?
Yeah, go, Julie.
Mine is around tech. So if it's not related, should I not say it?
It's all right. You got
Okay.
4 minutes.
Oh, well, so we're doing a new, pipeline lead generation tool. And it has been a challenge here. I'm kind of offering my services in trade to try and keep a holistic spa open.
Yep.
And in doing that, we're doing a lead generator that is, the tech doesn't support multiple calendars. So in order to try and support multiple calendars, then I synced it up to Google Calendars, right? And to keep expenses low, I can't just jump her into any software that's, $1,000 a month. So that's what I tried, and now our calendars don't talk, and we're losing leads, or they're jumping from calendar to calendar. So here I'm trying to book appointments, and I can't track which calendar is live, active, syncing, not syncing. And so it's energetically getting in my way, right? Because I'm mad at it, and technically getting in my way. So
Cool. Good to know. Julie, number 1, never let a system go live before testing.
It's been live since October. It wasn't my choice.
Number 2, Jono will fix everything.
Is that a promise?
That's a promise.
Hello, everyone.
So, Jono, let's see if we can fix your mic. Your mic is still loud and gravelly.
Then, you know what? Interesting enough, I bought this whole setup.
I know. Did you get a chance to test it since our last time, or are we going to just try it now?
Yeah, it only seems to work with some apps, but it doesn't with Zoom. So let me also try. Oh, you know what? This may not affect my voice, but this doesn't affect my voice at all, doesn't it?
Let's try again.
Okay. Any luck there?
Sounds better to me. I don't know about everyone else.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, interesting. Great.
And Facebook Live has failed to work for the second time. There's probably more than second time. Let me try again. 3 minutes ago. Of course, if it doesn't work, it's okay. We're going to put it on YouTube. Oh, I wonder if we could put it on YouTube today. I don't know if I got the, This is the fun technology part. You guys, while you come here early. So maybe Debbie Ann, can you greet our new guests, Erez and Dina?
Hi, Dina. Hi, Ezra. Welcome. I don't see you guys. I don't know if you know that your camera is not on or choose to not have your camera on, but this event is definitely much better with the camera on. We are working towards setting up an appearance of professionalism, and we would like to see your backgrounds as well. Gil changed his name to Gil. It's Gil. Hi, Gil.
Gil is back.
Gil is back.
Hi, my friends.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we do.
Hey.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, John.
Super. So sometimes it's just the technical, when you're coming in, it takes a little bit longer to get situated.
So here we go. I'm gonna try one more time on one more thing here. We're gonna get ready to go. Gil, are you ready?
John, don't Zoom alone.
Dude, you have no idea. You've changed my life. I have used that "Don't Zoom Alone" thing like at least 6 times in the last couple of days, Gil.
He
Really?
has.
It is the most genius catchphrase I've ever heard. Don't
Thanks.
Zoom alone, and I've attributed to Gil. Oh,
I forgot to tell you that you have to donate $1 each time to use it to kids with difficulties. So
okay, one more thing I have left to do. Sorry, I'm going around the bend.
So that means $1 for each of us, huh? If you
I'm
could,
wondering if Dina is having issues and she needs our help, or if she is choosing to be silent. So maybe she could raise her hand if she's good.
Hey, Dina, how about you unmute? Mute. Dina, this is John. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Sorry, guys.
Oh. All right.
I'm good, though. I'm good.
Dina is from SAP, right?
Yep.
Nailed it. Dina, why don't you see if you can change your name like the rest of us? I'm going to start, and if not, I'm going to help you change your name later. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, well, let's do this. Hi, my name is John Chen. I'm the CEO for Geoteaming, and you are in Virtual Team Building 2, the sequel. You are here today because you took Virtual Team Building 1, liked the concept so much, and many of you have given me elements about why you want to be here. And it's usually looks something like this. Oh, you want team building, you have people, you have students, you have ideas, you want virtual team building engagements. You know, I get it, basically. Come on, people. You're here for the initiative. You're here for the games. You're here to like, teach me something new. John, I already did that other thing you taught me. And now they're just coming back and like, what else do you have, right? And so that's why you're here. You're going to learn 15 items in just 90 minutes, right? But let's first, we got to go check our foundation here. We have done this solution that I created in the first session, and it was called GRR, right? Everyone say GRR with me. GRR. Okay, very good. Okay, just shout it out. You can unmute for this section. And now, what does the G stand for?
goal.
Oh my God, there he goes. Gil.
You're right. It's
No,
gold.
it's not for Gil, it's goals. And so Gil gets the goal here, right?
Thank
Virtual teams to succeed, right, must have the same goals. Now, the first R in GRR, what does the first R stand for? Just shout it out.
rules.
Rules! Jono is the winner. Ding, ding, ding. Gold star. That was a gold star I put on your screen. The rules, right? We all know that the rules for face-to-face are different than the rules than Corona Land. And so you needed to help people establish new rules. Now, what's the next R?
Rhythm.
Rhythm. Oh, Johnny, hey, don't be embarrassed. Just
I
say
gotta
it.
let it go.
Jono's been a star student, right? Except they don't practice. You can only get an A in an experiential class. You put them in an agile coaching class, it's going to fail. Okay. Okay. Rhythm, right? We know that great virtual online teams have rhythm, which means that they know how to operate with each other instead of stepping on each other's toe and bumping into each other. And the last R, what is the last R stand for? Shout it out.
Results.
Results. That's Zoe. Zoe knows all about results, which is right. 22 people work together to change an entire car in less than 2 seconds. And I hope I hear some stories of great results from each of you. Now, the goal that I have for you.
God bless.
Sorry?
God bless. Somebody sneezed.
Oh, God bless you. Okay, great. Your goal is to not get sick with the coronavirus, okay? All right, now the next one is you got to show, my goal is to show you as many team building activities in 90 minutes to help your teams. Now, because I know you know the foundation, I'm going to go faster. I'm not going to debrief until the end specifically. So if you have debrief comments or questions, number one, hit them up in the chat, right? Hit Debbie Ann now is watching the chat. She will be responding to you and trying to make great conversation. And we'll also have a very cool activity, a technology piece to let you do that at the end. Now, if you haven't already done it, rename networking. So we're going to change your name. So Dina got 98% of it. And Gina, we have Gina and Dina. I feel like one of those books who was like Ted and Fred. Okay, Gina and Dina, you should rename. So if you go to manage participants, find your name and click more and click rename. I would like you today to rename yourself, a name, location. Actually, today I have company. So I'd like to keep, oh, Ricardo, oh, good. Actually, let's get everyone else to change their name. I want your name, location, and one word that describes what you're feeling as you entered this class. So I'm going to change mine then. I'm going to turn my video off. That's great. I'm going to, John Chen, Seattle, Washington, and I'm going to choose, let's see. What is my one word? Oh, I'm excited. I'm always excited. When
I
I
already
get to,
have that one. You have to start over.
oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
right. I'm gonna be superfragilisticalidosis.
Wait.
There you go.
Okay, then I'm gonna be my grandpa's name for me.
Good. Everyone
Let's see
else
if anybody
good?
knows what this means.
Great. Debbie, is
Does
everyone
anybody
there
know that
yet? Let's look.
Rob
Gina.
just
Rob. Oh, I love that Rob is here. Rob is like one of the most fun, energetic people I've ever met. Wait, so, oh, I'm going to do a special one in our openers here in just a second, and it's going to be dedicated to Rob. Rob is curious. What is that? Knickelfritz? I can't even say. Schnitzel. Come on.
This was my nickname for my grandpa as a child, and it's Schnickelfritz.
Schnickelfritz.
But then I took a German class in high school. Does anybody know what it means yet?
Not yet. I'd
No.
have to look it up.
All right. So when I learned what it meant from my German teacher, it either meant ornery or pile of poo. So I'm a
What if
Schnickelfritz.
it meant both? Okay, Jono, change your name. Gina, change your name.
so you go
Yes.
to the little dots in the upper top of your box. There's 3 dots. You click that, and then it says rename.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Dina Parker. Oh my gosh, Dina Parker. That's right. You're in North Bend. Fantastic. Dina, you have the ability to turn on your camera yet or not? Or did I break it?
No, I do, but I won't.
Oh, okay.
Not
That's fine.
today.
Not camera ready.
No worries.
Not camera ready. Let me just tell you though, right? At Dina, as you go through this and ask people too on chat otherwise, right? Having your camera on is an advantage, right? It gives you the ability to connect. It gives you the ability to see this body language, right? So just know if you're not camera ready, it's okay. You're in a safe spot. So thank you, Dina. And I'll just tell you that you'll really see. Now, the other part too is that I actually saw a piece of research that people who have their cameras on, right, they gain 10 to 15% more trust than people who have the cameras off. So if you want the other people's or your teammates to trust you, right, turning the camera on actually gives you a measurable effect. Okay, great. Thank you. I believe everybody has been renamed. Bravo. So let's go through this. All right, so remember I taught you one of the key skills is called go ahead caller, right? So go ahead caller, can anybody describe the skill known as go ahead caller? If you do, raise your hand. Go ahead, Julie.
So what I remember about it is it's from radio, and it's kind of like a long-time listener, first-time caller situation.
Yep.
Okay, and that's all I
Okay.
remember.
So for those of you who don't remember, so we did it last time, and if you remember, it takes like 10 to 15 minutes. I don't have that much time, right? So let's talk about a team that has rhythm, right? So we already have a basis for this. We're going to enter a race. So Debbie Ann, you better have your stopwatch out. That would be a great thing to have. And we're going to erase these other people. So I'll give an example, and I'll make sure that Debbie Ann is ready. But right, so first, we're all visual, which is great. So everybody is going to go. So let's pretend, right? Everyone raise your hand that you want to go. Raise your hand, raise your hand. Okay, great. So I will see as many hands as I can, right? And I'm going to establish an order. I will go first, and whoever goes last, right? Debbie Ann will stop the clock on it. And so we're trying to introduce ourselves. So it's going to be your name, your city, and the one word that you have. It'll look like this. So I raise my hand and I say, go ahead, John. Hey, I'm John Chen from Seattle, Washington, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay, who's next? All right, so that's an example. We're going to try and do it as fast as possible. Does anybody have any clarifying questions? Okay, so, all right, here we go. Okay, so again, after I go, you should raise your hand. Okay, ready, Debbie Ann, start that clock, go. Hey, I'm John Chen from Seattle, Washington, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Who wants to go next? Let's go to Gina.
I'm Gina Foer from Ontario, Canada. I'm anticipating fun.
Okay, I saw Dina, go.
Dina Parker, North Bend, Washington, excited.
Okay, let's go to Rob.
Robert Chidelli, Seattle area, curious.
Let's go to Ricardo.
Ricardo, Washington, D.C., happy, grateful.
Let's go to Zoe.
Oh,
Zoe?
Zoe Edmonds, Washington, curious.
Okay. Jono.
Toronto, Vancouver, Googliga.
Yep. Debbie.
Debbie Ann Schneider, Queens, New York, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay.
Julie Rocks of Huntington Beach, Nickel Fritz.
Well, go ahead, Julie. And Gil.
Hi, Gil Peretz, San Diego. Surprise.
Time. What time is it?
58.35.
58? Oh my God, I thought for sure over a minute. I think you guys are the new high score. Bravo.
Yeah.
58. So write that down in the spreadsheet, Debbie Ann. I will have to check my other classes. I know there was definitely a class over a minute. So here's the key. We took something that took 15 minutes and now we did it in one, right? Okay, we're not having the same effect, but I'm just saying in terms of efficiency, this would be great. If you have a team that meets all the time, get over the check-in, right? And get onto the work. So this will really help those who are really, really like to do that. Okay, so moving on. Yes, Ricardo.
What is the name of this game?
It's the original game is called Go Ahead Caller. So that's
Okay.
the name of trying to do air traffic control. And Debbie Ann has literally saved, right? It was a military celebration that was a family disaster train wreck. And she saved it using Go Ahead Caller so that people would stop talking over each other. This is called Go Ahead Caller Race, where we try and do it as fast as possible. And it's just to demonstrate, right, that high performing teams, right, if they know the rules and the rhythm, they can do stuff in like 90% less of the time, right? Okay, moving on. Thank you very much. Okay, go ahead, call a race. So now we're gonna do some video. Oh, I have to change the name of this slide, right? Because we can no longer call them icebreakers. I did a poll for my book and people preferred the name video openers rather than icebreakers, because apparently it's that a bunch of people had bad experiences with icebreakers. Anyways, so these are video icebreakers. Now, the concept is based around matching and mirroring. So can anybody describe matching and mirroring and why it's beneficial? Julie. Julie.
Yes, sorry about that. So yes, the two words. Give me the two words again.
You raised your hand and you don't even know.
I did. I raised my hand and then someone walked straight up to me at the same time. So yeah, I'm not alone in my office.
Match and mirror.
I feel like the game show, like she jumped the buzzer, right?
I did, right?
Match and mirror.
So mirroring,
matching and mirroring. Thank you, Gil.
matching and mirroring is when you are working and talking with someone and you match or mirror their body language,
Yes.
sometimes their tone, and you definitely want to match their verbal communication
Yes.
to let them know that you're listening.
It's a way to gain rapport in a very short amount of time. And most people think it can only be done face to face, but it can actually be done here in Corona land, especially with Dina's pets. So here's one of the keys, right? Matching and mirroring. I'll give you a short story and then we'll actually do it. So matching and mirroring, right, is a way, basically it goes around the principle too. People like themselves, right? And so you may be taught, like if I do things like this, right? Who am I matching now? Zoe nailed it. She figured it out. It's her. So, right. So there's things like that. You can actually, so, you know, unconsciously or consciously, we always do these things and it helps us gain connection to each other. The first time I got taught this exercise, we do something a little more extreme. So I had a woman, let's say it was Debbie Ann, right? And that woman strongly remembered for 5 minutes an emotional experience, right? Julie was the coach, right? And so she's a coach and she's helped me. So she helps me mirror her breathing, her body positions, like shoulder positions, like legs, other types of things. I don't know this person, right? This is like, I don't know Debbie Ann. And so I come around and at the end of 5 minutes, I did this. I saw a white church with stained glass. She was in the front. She was kneeling on there and she was trying to make a big decision. Debbie Ann comes back, who doesn't know me and did not tell me any of this, says, I was in a white church with stained glass. I was in the front pew. I was kneeling and I was trying to figure out if I was going to leave my husband. That's what can happen, right? So I'm just saying this may not always happen in a video meeting. I'm just trying to give you a strong analogy about why it works, right? Okay, great. So this is what video openers can do. And so if you wanted your team to get in sync with you or get in sync with each other, this is a great way. So we're just going to do some matching and mirroring. So just follow me. You're going to start with head nods and say, yes, John is doing great. Come on, Rob. Yeah, that's great. Okay, perfect. What are you saying is awesome. Okay. How did you feel when the coronavirus first hit? So on a scale of 0 to 10, what did you feel when coronavirus first hit? 2, 4, 0. No, 4. Rob, Jono's like, what do I do with my hands? 4. Julie, keep your number up. I can't see it. You're 0, 3, 4, 5. Gil, sorry. I missed yours, Gil. 3 and a 4. Okay, great. So let's do this, right? When my audio and video is working, hey, let's give me a thumbs up. Hey, that's great, John. Good, right? 2 thumbs up. Come on, Rob. Yeah, right. Dina's got 1. That's fine. That's enough. All right, thumbs down if you. Bon Jovi and Bryan Adams concert was canceled. Coronavirus. Boo, boo. Coronavirus. Stay home. Boo. Okay. We can't do this in the real world anymore. But put your right hand up, and let's do some high fives. High five to the camera. Oh, dude, high five, high five. Okay. This is a special one. Rob, what's the thing that you miss the most?
Hugging.
Hugging. So put your arms up, right? Lean into the camera. A virtual hug, group hug. Come on, Zoe. I see you. Yeah, there. Good. All right, fine. I think Rob's the best at this. Like, I had somebody on another call, and they're like, I think I actually felt Rob's hug. He's so good at it.
That was me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rob, that.
When we do great things, then we should do applause. So go ahead into your mic. Applause. Yay. Come on. Come on, Zoe. Stay with us. Okay, good. All right. So now if you learn, right, and the ADA kind of parts, and your mic is muted, you can't really hear that. So let's do applause. This is sign language. For applause, put your hands up and shake them. Gina.
Yes,
You're going to get a recording of this, Gina. Stop taking notes, okay? You're fine. It's experiential, for crying out loud. All right, so let's do this fun one. There's an 80s band that talked about an ancient civilization. What song am I talking about?
It's Rick Springfield.
No! What song is about an ancient...
Walk Like an Egyptian.
Okay,
by,
Rob nailed it. Okay, so get up, right? Do Walk Like an Egyptian. Walk
I can't really get up because
just turn to your right or left, right? Okay, good. Gil, come on. I know this is an 80s thing. Just get. I'm waiting for Gil.
Yeah.
I love. He's got to take his headphones off. He's not even going to know what to do next. Okay, walk like an Egyptian. Okay, go the other way. Walk like an Egyptian.
Dance lesson.
Okay, perfect. Good job, Gil. Okay, get your headphones on so you know what's going. All right, the next one is called the Brady Bunch. Haven't you ever got into Zoom and just looked and go, oh my gosh, this looks exactly like the Brady Bunch, right?
Yeah.
We realized this 3 years ago when we were Zooming. And so I said, hey, everybody, let's just hit the record button and do this. Okay, you're going to look in 10 different directions, left, right, up, down, and any of the diagonals for 10 seconds. Okay, ready, and 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and back to center. All right, great. I can tell you when I clip this video, I'm just going to put the Brady Bunch music behind it, and I have like at least 50 people doing it. It's so cool. All right, last one. I'm going to show you a feature later called breakout rooms, and it's very much like teleporting. You teleport into a room with a few people, and then you teleport back. So now I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you something called strike the pose, right? So anybody remember? Let's channel your inner Madonna. So on the count of 3, just make a ridiculous pose. Okay, ready? 1, not yet. 2, 3, go. Okay, let's see. We got Debbie. We got some Zoe. We got some high five. Oh, we got the eyes from Gina. I love Dina. Dina actually looks frozen. Gil looks like he's in pain. Okay, great. Okay, unfreeze. Thank you very much. So when we come back from breakout rooms, I'm going to test you and see if you remember. And most people will forget, and they'll come in the room and see somebody doing this, and they're like, oh my God, I forgot. I forgot. I can tell you, though, when you have 25 to 50 people come back from a breakout room and everybody's in bizarre positions, it will make you laugh. It will trigger the endorphins. Your team will have a great time. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel in general? On a scale of 1 to 10. I'm a 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 8. 10, 10. John, you're just a Gina is a 10. Okay, great. I'm like a 9.78 if it wasn't for Jono. That's like my Amazon book review number. Okay, let's go on. All right, so those are video openers. I highly suggest you do them and get them, your group into, get them in sync, right? It's a great way to just warm up and say hello. Okay. This is a really cool one. Oh, I forgot to kind of prompt you on this one too, but hopefully you have a piece of paper nearby. If you have a piece of paper and a marker nearby, you can even use your notepad. So I want you to do this. We're going to do 2 words. And this came up. So if you have this, I'll tell you what the word is, and then I'll tell you when to put it up. So what's one word that you're feeling about the impact of coronavirus? Again, one word. That's the word you're feeling about the impact of coronavirus. Hold on a second, see if I can find mine. I have a bunch. Oh yes, here's a good one. So write it on a piece of paper and then get ready to hold it up. This was discovered by Kathy Armias, and she was instructing a group of people in Hong Kong from Portland, Oregon, and she just invented this on the fly, going, how am I going to interact with these people? And so it's much easier than, and it's more powerful than the chat room. So watch this, okay? So on 3, get ready and hold up, and make sure you leave it up. Leave it up until I tell you to put it down. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we got hopeless, cabin fever. Zoe, closer, please. Safe, growth, excited. What word is that, Zoe? Anxious. Yes, thank you. Stretched. Ooh, what is John? Neutral, opportunity, and Dina doesn't have a pen. Dina, what would be your word?
Maybe sad.
Sad. Okay, great. So, Dina, do you have a notebook or anything nearby, or a computer printer with paper?
I have.
Yeah, perfect. Put it on a Post-it. So the next word I want you to put on a Post-it, hold it up to the screen, okay?
I have no pen.
A crayon? Do you have a crayon? Do you have any lipstick? Do you have lip
Nothing.
liner? Do you
Nothing.
have eyeshadow? Do you,
Nothing.
Can you tell?
pick
Look at
yourself what?
Julie's a problem solver, right? This is like the female MacGyver version, right? So we'll see if you can be creative in any other way, shape,
Here,
form possible.
take one
Jill
from
says,
me.
I have a pen.
Yeah, here you go. Here's
Take it.
And I want to offer you a pen too. Wait a minute. Where's my pen? Hold on.
Oh,
There you
no.
go. I got a pen for you too. look at chivalry's not dead, people. Come on. All right, last word. Come up with a single word to help us through this global pandemic we're in. Again, come up with a single word to help us through this global pandemic we're in right now. I'll put it over here. Oh yeah, here it is.
My card isn't big enough.
So Dina maybe you can make a shape, Dina.
I'm going to write something on my screen.
Oh, okay. Here, I'm actually going to allow you to share your screen.
Oh, actually, okay. Well,
because I will, because I trust all you people. Okay, so if you want to share yours, just click share when you're done. Okay, are you ready?
almost.
Almost. I'm waiting on the Dina. Dina's giving you extra time. Julie's Marsha. Nice. Wait, not yet, Julie. You're good. Okay, you ready, Dina?
Yep.
Okay, share your screen, and 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I say love. I see stay put in very small letters.
Sorry.
Love. I'm going to unshare just so I can see the rest of these. Hold on. Sorry, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Okay, I got to get back. Love, community biofeedback, breathe. Ricardo, what was yours? Sorry. Friendships. Oh, that's a good one. Hope. Backwards, I think she's trying to say creative. Okay, great. Mindset. All right, and Dina's was stay put. All right. Have you seen the videos of the guy who has the stay at home video? He's like a piano singer. Oh yeah, Julie, go ahead.
You said we could share our screen. Are we not doing that?
No, I only wanted Dina to share her screen because she didn't have a Post-it.
Oh, got it. Awesome.
That was my version of giving her a pen. Okay. Okay, great. So anyway, so that's just one word, and we used it in many other formats, and especially when you have a screen of 25, you can have more, like you have 50, 100. You have multiple screens. Make sure and scroll through the screens, and your recorder will actually capture all the responses. Nothing's more powerful than seeing 25 really unique, different words from different people written in their handwriting. Okay. All right, great. So now the next one that we have here is this is by way her version. Here we go. Okay, so the next one is charades, right? So can anybody tell me how to play charades?
You acted out?
Oh, Julie. Julie's gonna be the first guesser then. That's what you get for being the first talker. So let's see. Oh, you're gonna be the first actor. So I'm gonna give you something. Okay, it's gonna be in the private chat just for you.
Okay.
And you have to try and get somebody to say the word. Okay.
I have little to no room to move, so I hope it accommodates that.
Yeah, figure it out. This is my box. Where's your box? Okay, tell me if you got a thumbs up, Julie.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, Debbie Ann, another timer. We're gonna have 60 seconds.
Oh.
You can go up or down, it's okay.
Okay, and reset and start.
Go, Julie.
Angry.
No.
Can't talk, Julie.
Smelly.
Thick.
Sick.
Sneeze.
Coronavirus.
Ding, ding, ding. How long did that take, Debbie?
17.87 seconds.
Ricardo, how the hell did you get coronavirus out of that,
Thank you,
that
Ricardo.
crazy
No,
performance?
I was just reading an article here aloud. Oh, no, never mind.
That's modesty point number 14 for you, Ricardo. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
All right.
So
Fantastic.
this is
'Cause
my
you know what? What's that?
prize. Okay, thank you. This is my prize. Thank you.
Yeah, yes,
Appreciate it.
yes. Got a baseball. He's ready to hit a home run because guess what, Ricardo? You're the next contestant on not charades. How many of you have played reverse charades? Anyone? 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 All right, great. Here's how reverse charade works. I'm going to chat a word, and Ricardo, I need you to close your chat window and put your hand over it so you can't see any alerts, okay?
Okay, close the chat window and
now you're going to put your hand over where it says chat and make sure that you can't. I'm going to chat something to everybody.
yeah, my chat is closed.
Okay, great. So everybody else, when you see the word in chat, give me a thumbs up. And Debbie, get ready to start the timer.
Okay.
Rob is thumbs up. Dina, yes. Okay, great. All right, Debbie, count it off.
Go.
Okay, go. 60 seconds. So all of you have to act this out and try and get Ricardo to say the word.
Face mask. Face
Bing!
mask.
Oh my gosh,
Mask
Debbie,
face?
how long did
Whatever
that
it is.
take?
13.73.
Oh, Jesus. Ricardo. Okay, Ricardo. Fantastic. All right. Who helped you the most?
Well, I was looking at the center of the screen, so I think it was Rob and Diana.
Okay. Well,
So
I'm going to
probably
choose.
someone else
I'm going
was
to choose Rob.
because I didn't have enough time to look at them.
Okay, I'm going to choose Rob. So, Rob, you need to close your chat window for now. Okay? And then put your hand over it so you don't see an alert from when I chat. Tell me when you're ready.
Put my hand over where?
So there's like in the chat, see the chat icon at the bottom? If I
Yeah.
chat and your chat window is closed, it'll put an alert so you can actually see. I don't want you to see what I'm saying, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, and here we go. Everyone else, thumbs up. Zoe, Julie, Jono, wait, hold on, Ricardo, not yet. Gina, okay, Gina,
Everybody?
Dina. Okay,
Okay.
Debbie, and start the timer. Tell me, countdown,
4,
please. 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Choking. Injection. Poison. Insecticide injection. Remedy.
Give markers,
Pill.
Debbie, on at 30 seconds. Countdown
Medication.
from 5.
Medication.
30 seconds.
What do you call it? Disinfected. Ingesting and disinfectant. Ingesting medication like Gilead. Gilead's Dems,
5.
whatever it's called.
Count it
Demsivir.
down.
Demsivir.
Boom.
Time's up, Rob. Everybody say the word.
Remdesivir.
Hydrochloride.
Oh, close.
Hydrochloroquine.
I went with the one that's better. It's called Remdesivir.
Hydroxychloroquine, Rob.
Don, you should change that to ingesting.
Clorox. You should change it to Clorox.
Bleach.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the word either.
Yeah.
Okay, no political statements on this call. Rob, okay, Rob, choose somebody, anybody else in the windows who hasn't gone yet.
Okay. I'm going to choose Gil.
Gil, good choice. Okay, Gil. Okay, Gil, close your chat window and put your hand over it. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Debbie Ann, please get ready. So you're going to count down the timer 3, 2, 1. Give marks at 30, 15, and then count down from 5. Okay. Gil's ready. Okay, here we go.
On your
Everybody
mic on.
else.
Ready? 5,
Wait. I'm waiting for thumbs up for Rob. Julie.
4,
3, 2, go.
2, 1, go.
60 seconds.
Winning. Praying. Hugs. Together. Team building. Team. Teamwork.
Oh, he got it! Oh my God, what's the time on that?
24.5.
Let me tell you, every class has been stumped by this. You, Gil, are the first.
Good job.
It's not me. It's you.
Oh.
I mean, I looked at all of you. I started to see. I saw Jono and Zoe and Julie. And together, I mean, something, you know, it was a salad together.
That's fantastic, Gil. Yeah, again, you know, the hard part about this is that the concept is kind of amorphous. Teamwork is, you go with, like, it sounds like an easy word, but to do it in charades is actually quite hard. You are the first. So I love that you got it. And I love that you got it through teamwork by watching more than one person. So, okay.
Never zoom alone.
I hope each of you are also collecting like debrief notes about what's engaging you and what's not engaging you, what do you like and what do you don't like. Meanwhile, let's go on to our next initiative, right? So the next initiative that we have is called the Yes, No Asylum. Yes, No Asylum. So, so I'm going to do 2 parts. And Debbie, actually, I need to step away from my computer probably for 3 minutes. So you're going to ask the questions. Do you have the clear all button? So if you can see the clear all, so I'm going to, okay, so what you need to do is go to the participant window and now click yes. Everyone click yes. So I want to see all the green check marks for everybody that's here. Okay, great, Jono. Jono, leave it up. Ricardo, Gil, Debbie Ann. I'm waiting for Gina. I'm waiting for Rob. I'm waiting for Debbie Ann.
Where am I clicking the yes at?
So the yes comes from the participants window. So manage or participants.
Okay.
And then there's 5 or 6 buttons at the bottom.
Okay, got it.
Okay, great. So now Debbie Ann, can you clear all? That's a button on the bottom right. Yay, you can do it. Okay, so I'm gonna lead Debbie in a piece of this and Debbie's gonna run this. She's gonna ask questions. You're gonna say yes, no. So you're gonna ask their questions and then clear all. So Debbie Ann, do you understand?
I do.
Great. So the question, I want each of you to take a moment, go to the chat window and ask a yes, no question. Yes, no question. So for instance, one of the questions I could have is, I am learning, right? So you could say, yes, I am learning, or no, I'm learning, or yes, I am late, like Merlin Iman.
That's not a question though.
Oh, so I'm sorry. Something you can say yes or no to.
Am I learning?
Yeah, am I learning? Okay, sorry, am I learning?
So the rest of you guys, please ask a question.
So Debbie, go ahead and ask and go through as many of the questions going yes or no and clear, and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay, so Dina would like to know, have you ever been to Hawaii? Answer yes or no. Answer yes or no in the chat box. So a couple people didn't answer. Jono, Ricardo, there we go. Rob, have you ever been to Hawaii? Rob?
I said, yeah.
Okay, so do you see where to click it in the participation at the bottom of the list? There's yes.
Right.
Okay, there we go. So Jono, we need you to answer the question.
We didn't want to do it in the chat then. We didn't want to say yes in the chat.
No,
We
you
just
don't want to say yes in the chat. At the bottom of the chat.
Yeah, that's what I did. Okay.
It says yes.
I did both. Okay.
Okay. So, Jono, I need you to hit that down there.
Yeah, so it's either a yes or no or another question?
Yeah, just answer yes or no to the question, have you ever been to Hawaii?
Oh, I did answer no already. Okay.
But you didn't click the little button. So that at the bottom of the participant window, you scroll down and there says yes or no.
Okay.
And
Got it. Sorry, I wasn't.
Fabulous. Okay, so now we have six yeses to Hawaii, 3 no's to Hawaii, so we have to get to Hawaii. Our second question comes from Zoe. Are you getting stir crazy? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Oh, we got a little bit faster. Gil, yes or no? Okay, so we have 3 yeses and 6 no's. Maybe we could get advice from the people that are not stir crazy. We'll ask another question. Are you having fun on this Zoom? That is from Julie. Are you having fun on this Zoom? Oh, it is unanimous. Awesome. Another question is, are you hopeful? Are you hopeful? Are you hopeful?
Let's ask Zoe's question and then wrap it back up. Okay, Debbie?
We asked Zoe's question already.
Do you want to ask Ricardo's question then?
Bottom
of the chat.
Bottom of the chat. Okay. Ricardo's question is awesome. Do you want to meet in person? I need to clear this. And wow. Some people are undecided. Dina, not so much.
I do, but I don't, Ricardo. Just not right now, okay?
Oh, that's a good point.
So we have 8 yeses and 2 no's.
Okay.
Very good. Awesome. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Debbie Ann. I appreciate that. And now we get the chance here we're going to do faster, slower. So everybody click the slower button. Slower, slower, slower. This is cool. You can train your audience, right? If they teach these 2 buttons, they can give you feedback, right? Of saying, you know, are you going too fast? You're going too slow. So Julie, if you could hit the slow button. It's right next to the yes and no button is the go slower and go faster. There you go. Okay, great. Everyone go faster now. Vroom. Let's go faster. Turbo. Vroom.
Wow,
okay, great. Okay, so let's clear them all. Okay, so I'm going to read a section and I'm going to attempt to see this, and you tell me to go faster or go slower while I read this section from this amazing book I got. The final step is take a few minutes to reflect and write down you and your team's pluses and deltas. Pluses are the things that went great during the training, and even better to the next time you do it. This simple practice will make each training session better. And after 100 trainings, all your incremental improvements will make you a seasoned expert. Award-winning customer service trainer Pete Weinmiller says, it's not doing 100 things, it's not doing one thing 100% better that makes a difference. It is doing 100 things 1% better. Okay, so that's a great way to talk to your audience, and they can give you feedback. Sometimes you don't know, right? You think you're going fast and they think you're going slow. So this is a great way for you to get feedback. Okay, now we'll stay on the screen. We might as well stay on the screen. So let's do reactions, right? So let's do applause. So if you can find your reaction button, you can click applause. There we go. I've got applause. Very good. Almost everybody. Jono's got the thumbs up too, so you can see the thumbs up. Did you know too, you can change the color of your thumbs up, right? I changed the color of mine to be my skin appropriate. So that's a setting that you can set. Inside of settings, you have to log off, I guess, and do it later, but I'm just saying that's something that you can customize. Really cool. All right, so I want to just give you, I'm going to show you a couple pictures, and you can hit the applause button if you think it's funny, and a thumbs up if you agree, okay? Applause, funny, thumbs up, agree. Here we go. Here's the first one. Communing in Corona times. I take the green line from the bedroom to the laundry to the bathroom, and then I take the orange line to my couch. Debbie thinks it's funny. Ricardo thinks it's funny. Dina agrees, and everybody else can't figure out where the buttons are.
Yeah, the bottom down by the chat button.
Should be reactions. I think it's a button called reactions. Okay, great. Hopefully I can get a reaction from everyone from this. Russ Wilson and Ciara donated 1 million meals to the Seattle Food Lifeline. Applause, applause. Wait, applause says that's funny. Thumbs up is I agree. There we go. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Julie is still looking for the button. Gil, can you figure out where the button is? Dina, do you have any idea? You're not seeing this button called reactions? There you go. Dina's got it. Nailed it. We'll work on Gil. Gil actually turned off his headphones when he took them off, so he can't work. Okay, let's go on to one more. This is somebody shopping last week. Applause is funny. Thumbs up is I agree. By the way, this is what happens to toilet paper rolls, is that they turn into leggings. And by the way, this is not an N95 mask. Anybody who thinks this is protecting you is sadly mistaken. Okay, great. There you go. So you can use reactions to get feedback from your audience, right, without having to unshare the windows. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to show the whiteboard in a use of something in team creativity. Go ahead, Julie.
Sorry to interrupt, but the confusing part for me is I just found reactions at the end, and here's why. Because I was clicking on the more button, and there's a thumbs up over there and an applause button over there. So that's where I kept doing my reactions, because I didn't realize they were in two places.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, and I think it looks different. For instance, I think if I stop sharing, right, there's a reaction button. But if I share, sometimes it changes the buttons, right? And so these are things that you do have to know.
No,
okay?
There's one under participants, and then
yes.
there's one. Okay, good.
Oh yeah, there's a coffee button. Yeah, that's the only place the coffee button is located. We're like, yeah. So, it's a continuity thing for Zoom. So like right now you have to deal with it, but I'm sure they're getting lots and lots of feedback. But very few people actually use these. They find them, but nobody is using them in an organized way. Okay, we're about to go to the whiteboard, and I'm going to show you how to give mouse control. And so let me show you what the assignment is. I'm going to draw something for you. And you can move the bars. You can gain mouse control at the beginning, and you can trade mouse control. So I will give you a minute to orient you to that. After I draw this, you can move one bar, okay? And you're trying to make both sides equal. And when you do that, I'll give you a point as a team. There's many ways that this can be done, which is why it says creativity. You cannot move the equal bars, and I'll show you what that means. And after I start the clock, Debbie Ann will tell me how much time you have left for 5 minutes, okay? So I'm gonna stop share and reshare with the board. You can ask me questions while I develop this puzzle here for you. And let me make sure I got the right drawing tool. I'm gonna make some bigger lines today. Oh yeah, I think I'm doing that. Okay, great. So
You said we could ask questions while you do this.
That's right.
Okay, so are all these tools you're using available to different levels of Zoom? For example, free Zoom people or first level membership people, or only advanced?
This is all available in the first level. I think breakout rooms are not available in the free version, but in almost everything else. So now, all right, this goes back to the theory that I have, which is called let the inmates run the asylum. Let the inmates run the asylum, which says you can do this. So now I know, Ricardo, you had a question. Go ahead with your question.
No, I was going to add that all of those features are available in every single plan that Zoom has.
Yes. Excellent. Thank you so much, Ricardo. Okay, so speaking of Ricardo, I'm going to attempt to give you whiteboard control. Let's see. Oh, remote control, sorry. I'm going to need to pick the select tool before I do this. And now I'm going to try and give Ricardo control. So Ricardo, my mouse is now in the middle. Can you try and grab one of the lines and move it? So you have to accept control. Okay. And now move it. Okay, perfect. So you can move one line, and after you get a solution, now please, Ricardo, move it back. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now does anybody else have questions about the team building initiative I just gave you?
I'm confused.
Okay, great. So can somebody explain it to Zoe, or is everybody confused?
All I recall is we're connecting lines.
So now that you can visually see it in front of you, The initiative is called Move One Line. What I'm asking you to do is, as a team, come up with as many solutions as possible where you can move one line and make this equation valid. You cannot move the equal lines, but you can move any other line. Now, does anybody have any questions? Zoe, are you unconfused?
No, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Do you have any clarifying questions, or do you want to just experience this?
I just want to experience it.
Great. Anybody else have any other questions?
You want me to start the clock?
Okay, Debbie Ann is going to begin the clock. And again, each of you can actually get control of the mouse if you click the remote control button. But currently, Ricardo is in control.
Where's the remote?
Debbie Ann, give us markers at 4, 3, 2, 1 minutes, and
Sure.
then count down from 10.
Okay, from 10?
Yeah, 10, 9, the final 10
not
seconds.
10 minutes, 5 minutes. We're going to start now, right?
Yeah, you're going to tell me when it's 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and then we sing the final countdown. Do 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 do. Oh,
Where's
sorry.
the remote control button?
It's on the toolbar. It's right next to the whiteboard tool. It looks like a mouse.
I'm not seeing it.
Would somebody else like control of the mouse? If you do, say your name.
I just attempted, I just did an experiment, so it worked for me.
And how did it work, Jorma?
It worked well. Moved it one step to the right and brought it one back step to the left.
Perfect. Debbie Ann says 4 minutes remaining. No solutions have been created.
Can I get it?
So the left has to equal the right, and we're assuming in Roman numerals, or can it be in a shape?
I'll tell you if it's right or wrong, Jono.
Okay.
I have the answer, but I can't get the mouse.
I can't get the mouse either.
You can only move one line, right? So you just move one line.
Can I get control, please?
I don't have the answer.
You can request it in the chat, in the view options drop-down list.
I just did.
Ah.
3 minutes remaining. No solutions.
Do I have to move it back?
Yeah, I mean, before you do another solution, you have to create it. So this is not valid, right? This is like 2 = 6. That's not valid. So if you want to start over, then you would move it back and then try again.
I finally found where it is.
I asked for control, but John, you have to allow it.
It's on auto accept. So Gil, would you like me to try and offer you control?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm taking the mouse. I'm giving Gil control. If I could find his name. Where is he? Oh, you have control right now. It says you have control, Gil. Move your mouse around. That's you. 2 minutes remaining. No solutions. Gil has the board.
How do I take it?
Just click on it, right? It's an object. So if you click on it, click and hold. Yeah, you can move it. Yeah. I didn't say you could draw new lines, whoever green is.
No. I want to turn it now, so it will be square root of 1.
So you can click on the ends. No, you have to click the dot.
How do I turn it to be?
Click the dot at the bottom. So bring the line into so you can see the whole line. First, move the whole line so you can see it on the screen. Half of it is off the screen.
Okay.
So bring it down, please. 1 minute remaining. Gil, are you moving it? Because I can't see it.
I'm trying.
I don't see the. I'm not sure if you have control of the mouse. Okay, I took control of the mouse. So what I'm trying to get you to do, Gil, see this circle down here?
Yeah, just turn it to be a square root of 1.
Okay, this is what he asked for, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 1. Gil got you 1. So Gil, if you have the numbers, you have to return the line back and start again. 30 seconds.
$15 seconds.
Count it down, Debbie.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ding,
I got it.
ding, ding, ding.
We did it.
What is this? What is this,
11.
Gil?
11 equals 11.
11. That does work.
I think he actually he didn't just he should have described. So wait, he did.
I
Did he
did.
describe this
I
before
did
the
it.
time up?
Gil didn't do it. I did it.
Oh, all right. All right, let's just see. I think that you might get 2 points out of this. Oh yeah, sorry. So I got to reshare my screen. Here we go. So this is really a key piece, right? It's just around team creativity. All right, you can ask questions around this again in the closing part of the debrief, but the whole point is to think different, right? So Gil, you got one of them. How did you see the square root of 1? That was definitely one of the solutions like this. How did you see that, Gil?
I like math problems, so just a kind of inspiration.
Perfect, right? So this is what, people like who maybe not my already, you have to look, in this time of Corona land, teams need creativity more than ever before because you're trying to adapt to stuff you have never done before. This is where team creativity can get better. So watch all these other solutions and see if it blows your mind. Remember, what's your blow your mind? Ready? Put your hands on your head. Dina.
No.
Ricardo, come on, follow me. 1, 2, 3. Blows your mind. All right, we'll see if any of these solutions blows your mind. Okay, here we go. You move the part of the V to the one of the line next to it, and you create 1 equals 1 times 1. You move one of the other V's, right, like this, and you can equals 1 equals 2 minus 1. So you have to straighten one of the V's. You put the line on top of the V, and it turns into a 0. 1 equals 0, 1. That's true, too. You move the line from the left side over to the right, and you can spell the word nil. Nothing equals nil is a true statement. You guys were close to this one. Move the V line over to the other side and you create x equals 3. Those who know whatever polynomial math is, x can equal anything. So x equals 3 is also true. And if you bend one of the lines, you can turn it into a 7. 7 equals V11. 7 equals the, no, yeah. Julie's got the mind blown emoji.
I tried to bend it. I couldn't figure out how to bend it.
I know, you that's actually an advanced trick. And same thing, you bend it into a long line and you can make the 2 equals 2, right? 2 equals 2. All right. Anyways, I think I can credit you with 1 for sure. And I'll have to think about that other one. I think that other one, I think you moved 2 lines. All right. So let's go on.
There's another solution.
Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead, go.
Another solution.
What? You have another solution?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Draw it on a piece of paper and share it with me by the end of the class, okay? Okay, great. All right, look, meanwhile, let's do this. We're going to do some polling. So polling's another great for engagement. It's already built in here. You set it up on the website. So you have to go out of the app to the website of zoom.us and find it. So let's just do this. And I just want to show you how this works. This is a great way too. If you have a large Zoom, right? I believe polling is one of the greatest ways to do this. So in this case, I'm asking you the question, what challenges are you facing now? We have loss or decrease in wages or revenues, transition to working at home. You can check multiple boxes, right? So check them all if you want to. Homeschooling, fear of getting the virus, uncertainty in paying bills, getting clients, keeping existing clients, family member, friend with symptoms or tested positive, loss of family member, oh, that's a tough one, right? And friend to the virus. Geez, 2 people already checked that. 3, 1 out of 3. So we're trying to get as many people here to vote. Debbie Ann, you can vote too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't know
We
if
have
it's
10
letting
people.
me vote.
Well, it's because you're a co-host, maybe. Okay, great. So
Okay.
7 of 9. We have 8 of 9. One more person, and I'll end the polling and I'll share the results with you. And there we go. We got all 9 people. Okay, let's take a look at the results. So I say end polling and then I share the results. So you can see this. So tell me, you can see the results. What does this say about our group? What did you learn about this group? Go ahead. Who would like to go?
We have more in common than not in common.
Ooh, good one, Julie. All right, who else would like to comment?
Getting clients is our biggest challenge as a group.
Perfect. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, number 5 people agreed. Anybody else? One more insight.
We're all business people.
I think so. I think
Maybe more or less.
Probably majority.
We've got wages, revenues, and clients.
So this is what you can learn from a group. And imagine if you have 500, or Zoom technically has the capability of 2,000 people, right? Imagine you got poll results from 2,000. You could learn a lot about a group without having to talk to them individually. So, okay, I'm going to stop sharing the results. I'm going to do one more poll. We're going to do this last one. Oh, this is a really interesting one. This is, when do you think coronavirus is going to end? So this is the entire United States. Please don't argue to me about all the nomenclature and what do you mean by that? And I'm just trying to say, when is it possible that in every city we'll be normal, going out, meeting, conducting business, kind of a little bit how we used to do it in the past. So May 20, June, July, August, September, November, December. We got March next year, June next year, and sometime after July 2021. Okay, we got 8 votes. We need one more. There we go. We got all 9 votes. Let's take a look at the results. Okay, now what do you know about this? Oh, sure. Now what do you know about this group?
22% believes that it's going to happen after July 2021. So I would say the majority believe it's going to go on probably for another year or 2.
Thank you, Merlin. Hi, Merlin. Good to see you.
John?
So look at that. I mean, this poll, I can tell you, just in the last 4 weeks has drastically changed. People in the last poll or 2 polls ago thought that May was like, oh yeah, we're going to get out, right? And now look at you. The majority of you think that it's going to be after November. And I'm going to tell you, I'm in the same boat, right? If you're not planning for the long term, I highly suggest you do. And if it doesn't, a surprise, we can do something. But the reality and facts that I see, that's kind of what I'm looking at. So great to be prepared for that. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing the results. Excellent. So that's just a case of using polling. Now, this is one of my favorite parts. How many of you have used the breakouts? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Half of you haven't. All right. This is going to be the total mind blow, is that I'm going to put you into very small groups, right? You're going to have a brainstorming breakout. So, you know, I understand that I've talked a lot during this part. And I want you now, you're going to have a very small meeting. You're going to establish a facilitator. So that's going to be one person to just make sure that both people get a chance to speak, right? And the other person is going to be to report out. So you're going to report out. And what I'd love you to do is just brainstorm ideas on how you can apply some of the things that to help build your teams. And you come back and you'll have 30 seconds to report your best ideas. 30 seconds to report your best ideas. Does anybody have any questions before I begin?
Yes, please rephrase what we're brainstorming.
So you're going to brainstorm ideas that you can apply online. So all right, if you meet with 2 or more people on Zoom, what could you take from what I taught you that could help?
Okay.
So it's simple answers could be charade, right? Something simple. Somebody actually invented memory squares where everyone comes back from the breakouts in a different shape. and 2 people have agreed on the same shape, and after 3 seconds we dropped them all, and people had to, the 2 people that were in their own piece had to battle each other to figure out who could remember more matches on the screen, right? So you remember the card game memory match? We created a human version of it. So that was a new idea that came out of a breakout. Okay, great. Now, anybody else have any clarifying questions? Okay, as you have any clarifying questions, I'm going to automatically put you in 7 rooms. 7 rooms?
No.
Is that right?
I think 5. 5.
Okay, let's go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I think that's right. I'm going to use 5 rooms. And I'm going to go manual because I'm not going to put Debbie Ann in a few of these roles. Okay, here we go. That's okay, and that's okay, and that's okay. And now I'm putting this. This is okay, and this is okay.
Matchmaker.
This is okay, and this is okay. Oh, wait, I can't put these 2 together. Oh my gosh, why? I almost did that. I almost put 2 people that should never be in a room together.
Okay. Dating round, what happens?
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to put you in the breakout rooms, and then I'm going to count for 6 minutes. You'll see some messages come around reminding you. And again, you're going to come back, right? 1 person in your group will have 30 seconds to report back the best ideas. Okay? Okay, give me a thumbs up. And 3, 2, 1, choo-choo.
This screen, I have to re-register in my Zoom for some weird reason.
I missed some of that.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry.
Yeah, good. Okay, hi Gina.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you. So it took me a moment. Every time the screen is changed, I have to reconnect with my Zoom here, so it takes me a few seconds. So ideas we can apply online, right on. Are you thinking that these ideas are ones that we've learned today, or some of these ideas plus others? Because John said sometimes he's also included other ideas as well.
I haven't been on the other calls, so I'm assuming for myself that it's just for today.
Okay, cool. Let's do that then. That's great. So it allows us to review a little bit of today too. Great. Are there any that jump out at you that you feel that you're excited to already begin using or applying?
Yeah, there was a ton. One of the things that I really liked was the matching and mirroring. I hadn't considered that actually like high-fiving or getting everyone to sort of celebrate at the same time was a matching and mirroring kind of exercise, but I really like that. And I like the hug, like the camera hug.
Yeah.
Cool. And even just like showing me a set of like fingers, like how many, I thought that was smart too. So simple, but easy to kind of get people to connect and not feel like they need to say something to connect. So I like that. And yeah, I just like people to stretch and like sort of celebrate. So that was one that I was like, yeah, just kind of getting out there, right?
Exactly. Cool. Right on. Well, that's good. It's a good way to just kind of review. I really like the I like the go ahead caller. That was a fun way just to start some creativity and some personalization of connecting with maybe a strange word or just a fun, quick way of introing. And I like the charades and the reverse charades as well. And just the whiteboard was kind of neat because
a little bit, yep.
So is it something that you can implement like this week, or is it something you use with clients or family and friends, or all the above?
Yeah, right now, actually today. So today, for example, we have a meetup.
Yeah.
It's like usually in the Agile community, we have a lot of meetups, like a small topic, someone, make a presentation for 1 hour or something.
Yeah.
It is not me who's going to talk, but I will just jump in and do what we were talking about. First of all, the changing your name, that's a very, very cool way to help people talk. And the write a word and show it, for sure. even though they are not my meetings. That's a very cool thing. Now, for teams that I'm working with, that thing about charades, I kind of like it a lot.
Which one?
Charades.
Charades.
Okay.
I'm horrible at charades.
Okay, but
I
I
won't be
haven't.
applying that one.
No, I haven't thought about those before, but probably introducing some topics that we will be working on during the meeting. I think it's a very nice way to put people on the.
So, okay, tell me this. That makes me ask another question. For the Zoom.
That's all a gift.
Oh, okay.
But he, he's down in Los Angeles, so he might be someone to connect with.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, here I've done a few clubs. Well, lately, the comedy clubs are like on a shutdown, but I've done a few comedy clubs. I've done Flappers here. I've done the Comedy Store. I've done the Hollywood Improv.
Yeah.
Because I've been here now for about 5 years, mainly auditioning, doing a lot of events with John as well.
So we're supposed to be creative.
Yeah, I'm very creative. I'm a writer as well. I graduated from American Comedy Institute for sitcom writing and sketch comedy.
John, one of the things we were talking through, since you're in our group here, things that we were getting out of the Zoom, were there something else we needed to go beyond that? Because after we finished with what we've getting out of it, we got to know each other a little bit better. So we didn't go much further than that. Was there something, Zoe, we're supposed to create something?
Oh, a message was be creative. So I don't know if you want to be creative in how you share the information.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't see the note.
You could present as a team if you want. You could you could make charades. You could teach charades back to the group for the 3 things that you thought were important.
Yeah, that's a good idea. How do you guys want to do it? Any ideas?
You want to present?
Can you come up with a comedy session for our three initiatives?
Excuse me. Come up with a comedy
session. Are you good with the improv?
I'm just going to remind you, you have 30 seconds so we run the clock.
Gathering just a couple of minutes ago. Let's see.
You have 30 seconds to figure it out.
And you have 30 seconds to present it. You have 30 seconds to present it.
Hey.
You got to remember to strike a pose, right? They're going to come back in like 8 seconds.
Oh.
Crazier, Jono. Come on.
Oh, I was thinking, I thought the theme was love. Okay, cool.
Wait.
Merlin is like, what the hell just happened? And that's why you don't come to class late. Bam! Oh, just kidding. Oh, okay. So I hope you loved breakouts, and we can have a discussion. As a reminder, I'm trying to end on time at 1:30, but I also want to, so if you have any additional questions, we can do that. But I also want to end at 1:30 for those who need to go. We got 4 rooms to check into. Let's check in. Gina, who's gonna report out for your room?
Me?
Good. I bet that was decided just now. Go ahead, Gina. Okay, so Debbie Ann is going to run a 30-second clock on you.
Okay. We were just talking about, I guess, how we really enjoyed the charades, the reverse charades. Jonah was talking about how you could like move people around on different and create teams with like the vertical team, and it was and we love okay. And
It's 25 seconds. Continue.
What else did we say? I liked the rhythm, like caller go first, and how that could really create a pattern for everyone to follow, so that those that like to talk don't talk too much, and those that don't like to share have to share.
And complete your sentence, Gina. Go ahead.
And we like the victory.
Okay, let's give Gina and I believe Jono, right, is your partner. Let's give them a round of applause. Yay. Okay, Dina, who was on your team and who is your speaker, Dina?
It's me, Gil, and Debbie Ann. And I
Ooh.
don't think we determined who would speak.
Debbie Ann.
Go ahead.
We did, Dina. It's you.
We did?
We just did.
Okay.
She just voluntold you.
Told me. Thank you.
Wait till she starts talking, please. Thank you.
Okay. So we talked about the reverse charades and how that was really fun. Gil wants to incorporate some more physical stuff. He really liked the reverse, not the reverse collar, the collar. What's it called?
Go ahead, caller.
Oh, go ahead,
caller. Thought that would work really well for beginning a sales meeting. I am teaching soft skills, so I'm trying to find some things that will work for soft skills.
And wrap it up.
And I think the reverse charades might work for me.
Excellent. Thank you. Dina, I bet, is a secret wicked reverse charades player. So excellent. Thank you. Let's give that round of applause. Gina and Dina's group a round of applause. So let's applause for Dina. Yay. Okay, great. Let me tell you, reverse charades I actually did for a birthday party. So all the guests gave me all the missions. This is when we were meet face to face. They wrote out all these things. So they had all these inside jokes for this person. And the birthday person then sat down and had like 20 people in her birthday party who were drinking. And they all were doing charades. It was the most energetic, hilarious thing you've ever seen. That's why I actually teach reverse charades, because it's actually really good. I've actually done it with 8 tables that all had laptops with cameras in China, right? Hilarious. Okay, who would like to go next for Ricardo's group?
Okay, Julia and myself are in a group, so of course Julie's going to talk. I mean, you have the chance. I mean, like, I don't look fine at the camera.
Okay, he didn't get my text because I already volunteered. Okay, so here's what we did. I am guilty of writing down everything I want to do from John's webinar and everything I do from this point forward. Okay, so I then realized I just did that, and then I tried to minimize my list as well as Ricardo. And I think the what showed up most for polling, Brady Bunch. We both said we love the cards, the write it word, but we didn't have the name to it. And change your name, love that. And
close it up.
Okay, so yeah, got a lot out of the show.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Julie. Okay, and the last one is Zoe. Oh, first off, let's give Julie and Ricardo a round of applause. Yay! Yeah. And let's go to Zoe. Zoe, who was on your team, and what do you got for us?
I was on a team with Rob and Merlin, and Merlin is going to be our presenter. I don't see him.
No, he's not, because he logged out. Oh.
No, our internet's really bad at home.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Merlin. All right, your 30 seconds starts now.
30 seconds. Okay. Everyone in my group, we had a discussion. We basically talked about a lot of different things, how to interact with comments.
And this is where Julie fills in.
So our internet's horrible at home. And I think he said comedy was the next word that was about to happen. He's completely frozen.
Zoe.
Go ahead and finish, Zoe.
We really liked the reverse charades because I got everyone active at the same time. We really liked the polling.
I'll give her 10 more seconds. Go ahead.
And we liked the react option.
The what?
The react option. The
Oh,
applause and the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so the key part here, too, is showing breakout rooms. Breakout rooms, I believe, is the second most powerful tool on Zoom because it changes the dynamic of the conversation, right? With only 2 or 3 people in a room, I'm not in control. People can have a real conversation, right? And people told me, too, they finished, right? And they started to get to know each other. And that's really one of the keys. So if you're not using breakout rooms, learn how to turn them on, start using them. And I can also tell you for like first time meetings, we actually had breakout facilitators. So people who knew what was going on, as opposed to, like Julie asked for clarification. If you get stuck into a Zoom room, that facilitator will restate the questions and guide people and make sure that everyone is involved. When we did that for a 40-person Zoom that was interactive, it just went off the chart. People loved it. We also had industry experts there. So, okay, so those are the ideas that we have around breakouts. Now, last but not least, we've taken the participation map to another level. So, you know, Debbie Ann has been here, and if you're wondering why she hasn't been speaking as much, it's because she's taking care of this. Right? This is from Gil. Gil, give us the belief. Hit me one more time.
The what?
The belief, the thing you taught me that I thought was life-changing.
Ah, okay. It's never zoom alone.
Never Zoom alone. When I showed this participation map to Gil, it lit a gigantic light bulb in his head that says, I shouldn't be doing this alone, right? I should be doing this as a partner. So Debbie Ann is my partner in this. And so it's what we call, you know, a facilitator and a producer. And what happened is that she's taking these marks. And what's great about this is she's editing the document in New York, and she's changing it in real time for me here in Seattle. So this is how I can see if someone's participating, if somebody's not participating, if someone's talking too much, not going to say any names, or not talking enough, right? Not going to say any names. So, but it allows me to do that and manage the conversation. And I always try and, you know, do things. Let's just say that Julie was the shy one, right? And Julie hasn't actually talked for 40 minutes. This sheet would show me that pattern, and then I could just check in with Julie. And Julie, I would also establish a rule. A rule is that Julie could say pass if she had nothing to say, or she just didn't want to take the time for the group. So I could check in. Hey, Julie, hey, do you have anything that you want to add? Just please say pass.
Pass.
Oh, yes. Okay, great. Thanks, Julie. So now I know I can mark on my participation sheet that I attempted and gave her the opportunity to talk, and she passed it up, right? So she doesn't feel excluded, right? The exclusion is really a big deal. I'll tell you about, if you stay for the after hours, I'll tell you a story. But let's finish this up. You guys are now graduates of Virtual Team Building 2, and let me just tell you this. This is what's happening in my state, Washington. It's true. It says, King County says social distancing is slowing the coronavirus outbreak. I don't care what you believe. I do care that I think every side can agree the only way we will survive and beat this virus is with teamwork. Some of that teamwork, it comes from building the vaccine. And meanwhile, some of this teamwork is all of us working together to try and not get everybody sick, right? So this is the numbers when I first started this class. In April 1st, you know, when this chart started on Johns Hopkins, we were first. Seattle was the Wuhan of the United States and was #1 on the list for cases. Within April, so again, March 6th was about when we locked everything down. By April 1st, we had moved from 1st to 8th. Look at the numbers on the left, too. Look how fast they grow. 400,000 confirmed. What happened by the 8th? We had moved to 12th. I'm a scientist, right? I just want to show that it works. By the 15th, we had moved to 13th place. And now we have 1 million cases in America, but Washington has moved to 18th place. It's just the data and the science, people. We're only going to get through it with teamwork, and this is why I'm so passionate, and I give my time freely to each of you to do this. I want you to use these tools. I want you to help make change with others. I want you to help Zoom suck a little less, right? Anybody have Zoom burnout? Anybody? Raise your hand. Zoom burnout? Nobody? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Everyone loves being on Zoom 20 hours a day?
I'm not on Zoom 20 hours a day.
Okay, yeah. So anyways, I have articles for that, but here's the things that I have for you. You're a graduate of Virtual Team Building 2. Thank you so much. You now get an invite again to the Virtual Team Building group. Some of you, like Gil, amazingly, thank you so much, have joined because I want to continue the conversation, and I want to see people's creativity, all right? If you give me something I haven't used and I write about it in the book, I'm going to credit you, right? And now you're going to get an invite to the first ever Virtual Team Building 3. All right, in 3, we're going to tackle much harder challenges. I'm going to show you some esoteric things around things like psychological safety, how to create psychological safety in this box. That will be Team Building 3, right? Of course, the thing I always ask, right, this class has grown mainly because of its viral nature, viral in a good way. Geoteaming.com/virtual team building. It's in the chat room, and it will be in an email afterwards. just please share that and tell others if you got value from this. And last and not least, I would love to add reviews of people seeing the book in action. Everything I wrote about here is in the book, 50 Digital Team Building Games, of which you now have a copy. And if you got something out of today, can you just help with a nice review at Amazon Book Review? And last of all, we're going to close with not a last word. I'm going to just show you how I close down my other meetings. This is something given to me by Dr. Simon Priest, the research that I've shared before. And it's around commitment. And you just ask the phrase, what do you commit to do with today's valuable knowledge? And you can answer the question, I commit. And that's how we're going to close up for today. Again, I'll stay for after hours afterwards, but thank you all for being here. Let's see who has with their I commit statement. So who commits to do something different? Okay, let's go to Jono. Thank you, Jono.
I commit to doing, to applying some new tools, mindset, ideas, processes. Really find that the rhythm very powerful. So just using some of the games we did, some of the processes and the reactions, learning about the actual tools within Zoom. So thank you.
Thank you, Jono. And it's Goobliga, right?
Goobliga, first word I ever said when I was about 1 or something.
Let's go to Ricardo and then Rob. I saw Ricardo and then Rob. So go ahead, Ricardo.
Yeah, I commit to make every single online engagement more fun for the rest of the people around me.
Thank you so much, Ricardo. Excellent. Let's go to Rob.
I commit a few things. One is to write a great review on Amazon. I commit to get involved in the Facebook group and sharing. And I commit to having a networking group on Zoom next week, which includes breakout rooms and some polling.
Excellent. Thank you, Rob. Who would like to go next? Let's go to Gil and then Gina.
Thank you. Thank you again, John. It was amazing. I commit to use as much as ideas. Actually, this is the...
Oh, can't see it.
You can see it, never mind. And I'll be happy to use as much as can. I think I will do more activities like the fun activities that you showed us. It's good to bring the offline to online, and I think it brings lots of energy. And this is what we need, because you can fall asleep during those Zoom meetings. So whenever you break the room, break out and then come again and do all those activities and even stand up, all the things are those small changes that make big impact. And this is the solution.
Yeah, 1 does not equal 5. That's another solution, Gil. That is correct. Excellent. Thank you so much, Gil. Yeah, the movement is so important, but what's also that Gil said is the energy, right? For those who study the quantum physics part, we do have the ability to transmit energy. Look, I'm doing it here to Ontario, Edmonds, North Bend, and San Diego all at the same time. If you felt it, right, that's what you as leaders can do. You're capable of doing it. I'm just showing you that it's possible. So thank you so much, Gil. Anybody else? Okay. Oh yeah, Gina, of course.
I am committed to implementing the rhythm. Caller, what's it called? Caller, go ahead.
Caller, go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, caller. And I'll do that tomorrow night. Tonight, I'm going to do some mirroring and some virtual hugs. Charades, I really want to give that a try. I think that would be particularly great, especially when we're waiting for everyone to kind of show up. Yes. And that polling feature, I have to figure out how to do that. And I love making spreadsheets, so I will definitely be making one of those spreadsheets.
Perfect. Gina gave one of the tips. Log in early. Debbie Ann knows I'm adamant that I log in 30 minutes early. I tell people that, and I stay 30 minutes afterwards. I learned this when I was at Microsoft. The meeting before the meeting and the meeting after the meeting are sometimes the most valuable meetings. right? And of course, who logged in early with me? Ricardo did, right? Zoe did, Ricardo and Julie did, yeah. And we end up having, like, I gave all this bonus material to him, and he's like, oh, wow, that was fantastic, right? You should log in all the time. So those are things that you should do, because you can greet people in, and you can have a more one-on-one conversation before you start your content, right? And so I believe that's another way to like continue to engage people. I know it takes more time, but I'm being more effective. Thank you, Gina. Who else would like to go? Come on, Debbie Ann's watching you. She knows who hasn't gone yet.
All right.
Merlin, then Zoe.
All right. Well, I commit first to going outside and hopping on my internet technician to make sure he squares that away next time. And then I can be on time and won't be late. All right. And the energy, I do have the energy. I'm just listening in, trying to fill out how this group session goes. John knows I interact with a lot of different things. I'm just that type of person. And I've learned to apply like something like, I say, like some little improv to different sessions, different character building. That would be pretty interesting, like Saturday Night Live type of thing, but a little more funny. You know, some of them are kind of boring, but make it interesting, you know? Gather everyone here with a smile. Not everyone's sitting home like this. Oh, I'm so bored, I'm lonely. Let's make this exciting. Sorry we're going through this crisis, but that's my idea. Like bringing in some like type of improv, you know, different character buildings, you know, things like a character you like to play, someone you thought was funny, someone you thought was serious or whatever, you know, just add that to the activities. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, Merlin, as you can tell, right, part of the improv is reacting. You know, this is different than me being some webinars because I'm reacting to each of you. I've been able to call you out by name, right? And when you have a 500-person webinar, you can't do that. Right. And so being able, that's what I'm doing is like the improv comes around that. Like somebody sneezed. I'm like, what happened there? Oh, somebody sneezed. Well, bless you. All right, good. So let's go to Zoe. Thank you so much for that, Merlin.
I am committed to learning how to do breakout sessions, breakout rooms, and polling. I think that will be a really good skill for me to learn.
These are great technician skills. You can get into a lot of places if you help some very famous or other speakers and say, oh, I'll be your technician, right? And soon they'll never Zoom without you, Gil, right? I actually have the Portland Trail Blazers performance coach. He's the guy who coaches Damian Lillard. I've now become very good friends with him because I just did a bunch of technician stuff for free. Oh, by the way, my nickname now on his show is DJ Chen.
Yeah.
Okay, who else would like to go? Oh, good. Oh, that's right, Julie. Go ahead, Julie.
So okay, you just said DJ Chen, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because that's exactly what I wrote down when Merlin was talking. And maybe you have a name for this game, but I think it would be a fun, like, entire Zoom happy hour. Do you remember when you were here and we were outside an ice cream shop and we were like finishing each other's like make-believe rap song?
Yes.
I want to do that for happy hour.
Oh, if you stay after hours, I'll show you this game. It is freaking hilarious. All right.
Okay, Merle's really good at it. So, okay, what am I going to implement first?
Yeah.
I have to tell you that I must have felt John's energy before the call because I already put on my partner's calendar here with the holistic business. I told her, look, we're doing videotape today. I don't care. No more excuses. I don't care if it's usable. You're just getting on camera, right? Because we just keep putting it in this forward calendar. So today it just happens to be this calendar. And that was before I got here, before I turned on John. So I was already doing my to-do list, apparently, and my challenge. But once we get off this call, then that's who's next, right, in the hot seat. And the other thing I'm doing with clients is an actual hot seat of testimonials. So I think I can use some of these. They actually meet here in our office.
Yep.
And I can use some of these during those testimonials.
Awesome. Thank you, Julie. It's great that you're working with other businesses in your area, trying to keep them alive. Okay, who else would like to go?
Dina.
Dina. Do you know who I'm going to call next, Dina?
What, me?
Yeah, you. Haven't you gone?
Literally, I thought I did go.
Did she go?
Yes.
I didn't hear her, Debbie.
Yes, she did.
I'm sorry.
Did she go?
No, seriously, I must have been thinking it in my head.
Oh, okay. Do you want to share? What do you commit to do?
I commit to implementing the reverse charades and joining your Facebook page.
Yay.
Easy steps. And you'll see you're going to meet over 100 other people who have gone through Virtual Team Building 1. All right. And yeah, so I'll share a story, which is one of the people, she came on here and she goes, the first thing on Virtual Team Building 1 is, I just want to state that I don't believe that virtual team building is possible. And I'm like, oh, thanks. All right, let's go. She's from Slovenia, right? And then at the end of the class, she's like, nobody in Slovenia doesn't even understand what this is or wants to do it. And I said, that's the point. You could be the person. You could be the virtual team building rock star of Slovenia. And she like kind of started to light up, right? I got an email from her. She's already conducted 2 classes, and an HR manager of her company noticed, right? She's on her way, and she's coming to 3. So I hope you'll all join me there. So Debbie Ann, did I make sure and get everybody?
You did, sir.
So Debbie Ann, you get the next last word. Do you have any observations for today's that you would like to add before I close up the live stream?
I just want to thank everybody for playing full out, and I appreciate everybody coming raring to go. And even though we don't know what's coming next, there's always a reason for the games that we play. And take it home and use it even in your family get-togethers, because it makes them want to come back, because you're setting a stage for them to be comfortable. And then you do more. My family game night turned into like, it's getting bigger and bigger. So it's really nice.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Debbie. And I'm just going to reiterate my last piece, or we're going to wave when I end the live stream, and then I'll hang out here for a little bit. I'm John Chen, CEO of Geoteaming. You are now completing Virtual Team Building 2. And the only way I believe we'll get through coronavirus is through teamwork. All right, everyone, let's say goodbye. And live stream is off. Okay, great. Thank you so much, everybody. So anybody who has to go, you now have permission to go. And if you like to ask any after hours questions, I'll stay up to 30 minutes here. Anybody have any questions or comments or debriefs?
Sure, I would like to say something.
Go ahead, Merlin.
Like, as you know, a lot of places they're like, closed in at home and everything. But here in California, it's such a different life because the beaches here are just swarmed, packed, crowded. I should go out there and throw out flyers or something, because people are just, they're saying they stand 6 feet away, but it's a lot of people on the beaches. If you look yesterday, we had like 10,000 people on the beach, just on Huntington. You pass there, it's just like a mob of people.
Yeah, and what place is California?
What place is California?
In terms of number of confirmed cases, where is California?
Number 5, the last I looked.
Really?
Yes.
And is the trend up or down?
Down. Our percentage of growing trend is like at 3 to 5%. But we're also not LA County, and everybody hears about LA County in the news. They don't hear about Orange County in the news.
Yeah, we're Orange County, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can go to those counties. I'm just going to share. One of the ways I like to go through a chart and figure out where it's at. This is the confirmed chart, right? This is daily cases. So you guys have come like flatten the curve means you're not growing exponentially, but it doesn't mean that you're going down. And so if you look at the curve, you can do this. And so this helps you look through like where our state's at. This is New York. That's actually a little bit of a slowdown there. That is not, right? That is definitely not Chicago. Nope. California, sorry, not really, kind of, sort of. So this is what I'm looking at, right? And you want to see things where they're like that. That's Louisiana has actually done a good job of trying to slow down that part. I dated a cancer research nurse. So she's all data, and she selected Johns Hopkins out of all the sites that she looks. And we actually have on my YouTube channel, you can see her break down the way that she looks at the Johns Hopkins data. So data, man, data. Okay,
Data.
Other commentary. Thank you so much, Merlin.
You're welcome.
Questions, comments? You want to play Merlin's rhyming game?
Yes, that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Ricardo says yes.
Yes, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna establish an order, right?
Wait,
And
can we have a beat behind us? Merle, you got a beat?
Let me see. Can you hear me?
Well, no, the problem with Merlin beating is that I believe that he will get cut when somebody else talks.
Oh.
Okay.
Right. So I've known we've tried. There's a bunch of karaoke things. Anyways, we'll try and do this. Okay. So I'm gonna just go in this order. So
I'm here. I had to get a sweater.
Hold on a sec. Merlin. So you're going to play a game, right? We're going to play a game. Hold on. Let's see. So Merlin, you get to start because you know how the game works. It'll be Jono, John. I'm just going in order of my screen. Gina, Zoe, Gil, Ricardo, Dina, Debbie, and Julie.
Oh, and somebody, I'm sorry, but somebody said before, like you can break up the teams by like the top and the bottom of the screen. It's not the same on everybody's
I know.
screen.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't. Somebody didn't know that.
Yeah. Rob, are you still there or are you on mute?
I am here, but I'm munching on stuff, so I didn't want to have you guys watch me.
Do you want to play this game or not?
Yeah, I'll play. I'll be done.
Okay, you'll be after Julie. Okay, the order's in the chat. Here's how this works. So Merlin's going to name, he's going to say a line in a song, right? And so you have to rhyme the last word. It cannot be the same word, right? And if you break stride, like you go, you get stuck, you get frozen, you're out, and you will go to another round. Okay, so we'll play a demonstration round just so that people get it. So go ahead, Merlin, give us one line.
Are you just want a one-liner?
Yeah,
Okay.
just one line, and then Jono, you have to rhyme with the last word. So we just do this in round robin and then eliminate somebody and then do it again. Okay, go ahead, Merlin.
I want to make this easy for you.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in my living room. I'm catching gingivitis, trying to think how I'm going to fight this coronavirus.
Okay, so do a line that rhymes with coronavirus, Jono. Go ahead. You're on mute.
I walked in from outside from the vegetable garden and I saw Linus.
But I saw who was stealing my veggies and it was Miley Cyrus. Gina. You're out. Okay. Okay, so Zoe, hopefully you understand now. Zoe can make a new line of a rap or a poem, and you have to, Gil will go next and try and get that. And so Gina, you're out. Okay, go ahead. Zoe.
Having fun chilling with my friends on Zoom.
Okay. Gil.
And if you want to succeed, just make a boom boom.
Ricardo.
Boom boom is not an option right now. We are locked down at home.
No, Ricardo, you're supposed to rhyme with Zoom and boom. You're out. All right, let's go to Dina. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let's go to Dina. So you get to start a new line. Any new line.
Oh, okay. Sitting in a one-room home with nowhere to go.
Okay. Debbie Ann.
And now I just gotta take my dog in tow.
Good.
And
Julie?
I'm just here to give you the low.
Rob.
It must be so.
Merlin.
I'm trying to continue everyone to keep battling with the easy flow.
Oh.
Jono, you're on mute again. Just stay off mute.
Jocks. Down the river we go, and let's go in tow.
Oh, I said
Did
so.
I say that already? Okay. Well,
he's out, right?
Suppose that you did say tow. My turn to go. Next go.
Jono, you're out. Fine. All right. So it's my turn, and Zoe's going to go next because Gina's out. We'll beat the coronavirus with teamwork.
But eating our soup with a knife and a fork.
Good, Zoe. Okay, Gil.
Go ahead.
Gil's out. Ricardo is still Ricardo's out, right? We're back to Dina.
And if you need help, just go and torque.
Oh.
She's supposed to start a new. She's supposed to start a new line.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine by me. That's hilarious. Debbie Ann.
So I was wondering what it's like in Washington Spoke. I know that's not a place, but
That's not.
No.
I heard her say twerk. You got to rhyme with twerk. Come on, Debbie Ann, you're out.
Oh, but I'm out.
Julie, then Rob, then Merlin. Go, Julie.
Do I get to start a new one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just sitting here with my gin and juice.
Gin and what? Jukes?
Juice.
Juice.
Yeah.
That's a recipe that you cannot refuse.
I'm gonna let him have that, Merlin.
It's easy to say, but when you're at work, that seems more like alcohol abuse.
Jonna?
He's out.
Oh, oh yeah, okay. But there ain't nothing when you got gin and juice on your caboose. Zoe?
Definitely something to kill the blues.
Dina?
I'm out.
One last round, Debbie-Ann. You get the first round.
I'm out.
Oh, yeah, Julie. No, Rob. Julie's
in.
Julie. Yeah, Julie, you're still in. Go ahead, Julie.
Okay,
Last
I'm
line.
still in. So I'm sorry. My favorite musician is Rick Springfield.
Okay, Rob.
Does he live in Greenfield?
Merlin.
This is hip hop, not rock, girl. You need to chill.
He's out. That's not Field.
Oh, it's my name, right?
Chill and feel rhymes.
Chill and Phil, you're right. I lost track. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Chill.
But like a deck of cards, hey, I am the big deal.
Oh.
Zoe's out? No, Zoe's still in.
I don't know how this music makes me feel.
Debbie-Ann?
I'm out.
Julie?
We should take our mics off or put our hand up if we're out.
I know. Sorry, I forgot. Julie? Yeah. Julie's frozen. Oh, Julie lost her internet connection. Okay. So anyways, hopefully you get the concept, right? This is a great competition game. It works here on Zoom because we're not overlaying audio. In fact, we actually did a greeting for one of our things coming up where instead of us all saying it and it being incomprehensible, we actually trade a sentence, right? Where each of us, different people say it as the opening for this piece. And it actually worked way better. And you can see here it's funny and it's competitive and there's a bit of pressure on there. So that's how that game works. It's a rhyming game. It's hilarious and you got to improv. Other comments or questions, or if you want to see other cool things, I can show you other cool things.
Show us other cool things.
What have I not shown?
Played over the internet. Remember with when you pull up different things, you have to guess what the picture was, and then you have to write it, or you get three choices of
Pictionary.
Yes.
Yeah, whiteboard Pictionary is really fun. That's an easy one. Let me tell you a story. Okay, so you guys asked for the story, and I didn't really have time for it online. But so how many of you remember playing A to Z? Right, chatting A to Z. Right. Okay, so it's in Virtual Team Building 1, Ricardo. So in A to Z, right? You've seen your solutions in your groups, but recently in a business group, I think Rob, it might have been one that Rob might have been, and I have to remember. There were 6 entrepreneurs, there's 6 business owners, and we gave them the assignment to do A to Z. Now, 3 of them picked it up quickly, all right? And so they just kind of looked at each other and they like kind of made a system. They understood they were going to go around in 3. The problem they did is that the other 3 were like, what is this? They were like Zoe earlier. I don't know what's happening, right? So, but the problem is that the three who got it just charged on, and they finished it in a relatively fast amount of time. But in debriefing it, right, I said, no, but here's a key piece, right? This is, think about like an inclusion. This digital aspect is another inclusion. Having good internet or bad internet changes your experience, Merlin, right? Not having a camera, right? If you're auditorily only. I'm talking to some people who are in libraries. They're in rural America where there is no broadband. They only have a cell phone.
Wow.
And so that's really one of the keys. So what happened with this is that we got this discussion, and the 3 people who got left out of it, they felt highly excluded, right? They did not know what happened, right? They were lost. And so I've seen the solution with less people work, but the last time someone did it, everybody agreed. There was like 12 of us like this. They're like, oh, we agree to delegate to these two because we tried it earlier and we're not making it. So I agree to give it out. And so that one actually ended well, but the one where they did not agree did not end well. And so I think that's something else that's really important to think about here in, for you as facilitators, right? Are you including people? And what's the effect when you exclude somebody, right? How many of you been on that Zoom meeting where 50 of the 60 minutes was dominated by one person? Right, yeah. It doesn't feel good, especially for a guy like Rob, who's got a lot to contribute, right? Merlin, they got a lot to say. And we're just sitting out here going, I'm out. I'm reading email. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Yeah. So I want you to think about that as facilitators. And so the concept is known as psychological safety. So does anybody know what the word psychological safety might mean? Ricardo.
Yeah, it's when you try to build the environment or the conditions for everyone to feel free and express what they want to express, so you can collect ideas or get consensus, or making feel everyone comfortable to speak up.
So this is the preview for Virtual Team Building 3, right? It's very difficult to teach esoteric concepts like this until you've had enough experience. But many of the things that I'm doing are here to create psychological safety, right? Some of it is fun, right? You don't know that I'm doing this, but it's engaging you, right? I'm bringing you in, I'm engaging you, right? I'm trying to get you to do some of these things and just try it out, right? Just for, a minute. And so the reason why it's so important is that the team research, especially done by Google in the project called Aristotle, psychological safety is one of the top 5 factors for high-performing teams, not just virtual teams, all teams. But I highly believe that it's here in the virtual land, and very few people know how to do it here in this environment. Some people are naturally doing it, but I can tell you, I'm attempting at every moment to consciously do something so that you feel safe here, you feel okay, that you understand, right, where the technology is, even if I don't know where it is, and make you feel safe. So any comments or questions about that? Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, I've done groups. I've had up to 60, 70 groups in my home, people in my home. And my whole goal was to get people involved in the conversation and share their hearts in a safe environment. And it was important to find advocates. You have Debbie Ann here in a smaller group, but as you grow into a larger group and have consistent groups for your team, have those advocates. And typically I like to pick the ones that like to talk a lot to be the advocates, because you're eliminating a little bit of their chatter because they're looking to try to get other people engaged. And that was very helpful. And I think that's so important today. Nobody feels safe. They say the wrong thing politically or any other way, they get slammed. And so I think it's a very, very key part of what we're going to be doing.
Thank you, Rob. And thank you for inviting people into your house and trying to do those that group work, right?
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by teamwork. I'm fascinated by group work. And there are many people who are experts, many better than I am in certain factors, integrity, safety. And that's why I love going to other people's meetings so I can learn something new. Thanks, Rob.
Yeah.
Others? Questions? I would love some debriefs from today. Like, what'd you experience, right? I know we don't get a chance to debrief some of these initiatives. But all I can tell you is reverse charades is like my highlight of my day. It is a pure endorphin hit. It is so funny. I can't wait. Every time I message hydroxychloroquine. That's my highlight of my day.
I love that, John. I love, and then the other thing is, we talk about physical. What other things besides that are the best physical aspects that can bring a lot of fun into a Zoom?
Wow, Debbie Ann. I'm going to give that question to Debbie Ann.
What other physical?
Yeah.
So you can really make up a ton of them once you realize that it's possible. So, I dance with my friends online, and I went with John. I actually invited him to a dance party. There was 2,500 at a party, believe it or not, online. It blew my mind. This one. But you can, just the physical stuff about like, you know, raising your hands. One of the things that I did with the group, my family group, was we did Simon Says, and we had the youngest person lead it. So it was, you know, how everybody can just watch a little person, a little kid, you could just keep watching them anyway. So it drew the attention. And that's probably what would happen if we were all in a living room. We would all be giving the little toddler the attention. So she was doing Simon Says, and she was calling people out, and they weren't. And we had a very good time. So you can do that as well. You can actually play games too with the breakout rooms. We did. We separated people randomly, and then they had to come back with what 3 things they had in common, but they're all relatives of ours. So like, it had to be something we didn't know. So there was some pretty cool stuff.
So, and then on top of that, there's definitely all the exercise studios, yoga studios are all getting online. They're showing you can follow along. Like my favorite website, for instance, I had to do this, doyogawithme.com has been doing videos for a long time, but now they have live sessions so that, you know, the instructor is actually interacting with you, and some are getting to Zoom where they can see your postures and correct you online. Last virtual team building, we had a massage person here. So she actually taught self-massage on video. It was fantastic, right?
And John, the Zumba conference is usually around this time, and obviously they can't have the Zumba conference because there's, you know, usually thousands of people, 6,000 people come. So they're actually all trained and ready to go, and they're having these individual meetings for us to go to. And that's what I was saying about that gentleman making you feel like you were dancing with him. It was very interesting.
And then Debbie Ann attended, right? I don't know if I didn't think I heard you say it, right? We attended something. It was a 2,000 person dance Zoom. It was crazy. We were surfing on our couch. Right? It was hilarious. It showed me the future. I can still talk about it because I haven't experienced anything like that. And it's amazing that you could have 2,000 homes connected at the same time to this crazy thing that was happening in New York. And that was like, these are people who see and are making the future. If I could do that, if I could get 2,000 people to sign up, I'd do it in a heartbeat because it was so fun. It was so awesome.
Make it happen. We're going to make it happen, John.
We got other things. So just as a precursor too, I know that Zoe and Debbie Ann are here. They're the early precursors to what I call the Virtual Team Building Academy. Right? I'm going to be certifying people to teach these level of classes and then build your own catalog of classes to put in and be able to find a way to monetize to other facilitators. So, a great example was Gina was here, and she specializes in kid programs, right? In female teenage programs. So if you had to teach a female teenage group and you didn't want to do all the research, she should give you a class that, has been tested over 30, 40, 50 times and been certified by me going, that's perfect. That's awesome content. So that you could immediately take it and you could ask her questions. She would get a cut for it for developing it, right? And somebody could also get a cut for selling it. So Zoe could sell it, right? Gina could get credit for building it, right? And Merlin could get credit for delivering it, right? So there's a couple different ways that we really want this network to collaborate together as much as possible. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. And I'd love that. I would love to have 100 or a lot, more facilitators around the world who can do that. And let me tell you, the money is not in teaching the class. The money is in consulting with other companies. I'm currently consulting with a Fortune 100 company to take a 200-person class online, and it is like high value. Like I had to get the highest clearance for these documents that I'm seeing with this company. And this is the first conference they've really taken online, and they understand that they don't know. And I believe that each of us, if we can get ahead of the curve, you're ahead of 80% of the people. If you implement even go ahead caller, you're ahead of 80% of the Zooms that are out there today. Trust me. So
hey, John, you triggered something, a thought to mind. I have a friend. I was part of the NSA for a while, the National Speakers Association.
Yep.
And part of it was they're all my clients, or they're my targets, right? Because I was building online education around their thought leadership. Well, the as you know, they're a lot of them are, some of them the most successful you can imagine are all shut down right now.
Yep.
Now, one of them did get, he says, we're going to have this event. We're doing it virtually, and I forget, WebEx, I think, was distributed the content, and he's got his full fee. The company paid his full fee, which was pretty lucrative. But I think when you talk about being consultants, you can help some of these folks that they survive on these kind of meetings. Now you can show them a new way, instruct a new way, and actually then work with their clients in building this out for them. So that could be another target too, is these guys already have an in, they already have a value. Now they have to have a new way to present what their gift is.
I mean, what if we could replace Hilton? Just think if you're the virtual Hilton. We're going to be meeting online for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? Zoom's kind of like the foundation piece for it. But what if you were the person who designed, right? This is why I think the producers are so valuable. Producers are also designing the meeting going, oh, you need this piece of activity here. You need this right here, right? You engage this. And so that's where I think that a lot of people can also add a lot of value. Making a speaker look great, right? And it's what Gil said. He said, don't do it alone. Get a professional, right, certified producer. And you as a speaker, your value just went up another tenfold. So
yeah.
No, I think it's possible. I think it's cool. And I can also tell you, I don't know. I only give you the proof that I have. So I've told Rob and I shared this too, which is I have been paid though to professionally MC. Oh, Mrs. Tennis. Oh, of course she's coming in. So she professionally facilitate a happy hour. By the way, I have a couple coming up this week, so I'm going to send those to you in an email. And so you can see me now and operate with a group that I'm very like our Friday group has probably the most psychological safety out of any group that we've seen. So, oh, Ms. Tennis is trying to figure out how to connect our audio. Okay, we have a few more minutes, and then my 2 o'clock is starting to arrive. But any other comments or questions?
Great.
Sorry.
What is the best way to be in touch with you?
Yeah. Oh, a way to stay in touch with me? Yeah. So Ricardo, I'm going to just stick my email address in here. You're more than happy to email me. And I'm also on LinkedIn. Debian, do you want to chat my LinkedIn profile for me, please?
Okay.
And then feel free to friend me there too, Ricardo.
Perfect.
Yeah. So good to see you though, man.
Yeah.
Washington, D.C.
DC.
A crazy place. Crazy place. He says like 98% of the news is coming from his district. It's probably right.
Well, yeah, news and jokes.
True.
Yeah. Where you going, buddy?
There you go. There's John's LinkedIn.
Thank you very
And
much.
I also put the Facebook link in there. I'll put it again. So we'd love to see everybody on Facebook and telling us about your wins and any ideas that you've come up with. That'd be great.
So the tip before I go is to click the 3 dots on the chat window, and you can actually save the chat in a file now. You'll get it later, but if you want to operate it or thought you missed something like how to register for number 3, it's all in the chat window, and you could go get it there. And I think that's
all right.
about it. So thank
Ciao,
you,
everybody.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time. Julie and Merlin, you can hang out to say hi to my next crossover meeting. Thanks, Ricardo.
Thank you very much again. It was fun.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, John, you good with me?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk
Happy
into my
hump
next meeting.
Yes, no worries.
Okay.
So talk to you later.
Yes.
Okay.
Hump day.
I always wanted to say that.
What day is it?
What day is it? I thought you were like the other guy. What time is it?
No, I like the camel. Hump day.
What day? Oh my gosh. And you guys are scaring Bridget. Like she's out in the middle of nowhere. She's like, there's no rap radio stations in the middle of Washington. Nowhere.
Her reaction.
Ricardo, did you have one last question? Did you have anything else? Otherwise, we're hopping to our next.
That's fine. Perfect. Thank you very much again.
Oh,
That was fun.
you're welcome.
Okay.
Gracias,
Hey guys,
Bye-bye.
take care.
You too.
Okay, hang out for a sec.
Yep.
So did you see the video that we created for them?
And I saw the one for who? For which?
No, you haven't seen this. Trust me,
No,
you
I
haven't
saw
seen this
the
yet.
meeting yesterday. Matter of fact.
This is Tennis. Look, you got to connect to audio. She doesn't know idea. Hello?
She's talking to.
Oh, she can't see us.
Yes, you can.
See her. I
Okay.
don't see anybody. I just see me, you, and Julie. Oh, there she is.
But I don't think her Zoom window is forward.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
There she
There she goes. Can you hear us now? No, she can't hear us, John.
No, she's still trying to connect audio. So her computer's had this problem before.
To the left, and it'll tell her. Well, you know, you know.
Yeah, right.
It took me a minute to figure it out today. I was like, wait a minute. How do I get on audio? Oh, that's right, the mute button.
Yeah, Merle, tell John how to do his job.
Here, ready? Watch this. Oh, she's here.
Is she here?
Hi.
Hi.
Mrs. Tennis, do you remember these two?
You're going to have to remind me.
They were in your house.
Oh, yes! That's right!
And we offered to
Hello.
screen with you.
When are you coming? John, can you take the recording thing off of this
Oh,
meeting?
yeah, sorry.